This is all made for the sake of comedy and poor sophomoric taste. The skits are parodies, and any similarity to real people or stories is purely coincidental. Any insults hurled at any one human is made in jest. We're just covering our bases for when one of you skins your knee on an internet insult. We love you. Again, this is all a joke, whether you laugh or not. Not just the show, but this waking existence. The great cosmic giggle. Try not to take it seriously.
I don't know about you, but as for me, the question has already been answered. Should we be here? Yes.
The business of culture, any culture, is to perpetuate its cultural models. And if the hallucinogenic plants have not been integrated into the cultural model, then they are definitely seen as dangerous forces for an unpredictable sort of social change.
Welcome, ladies, gentlemen, non-binary, sentient, artificial intelligence, flora and fauna alike, to the Hoosier Sophisticate. It's not the morning show, it's the primetime show.
I wouldn't know. I am a robot. Just kidding. It's me, Steve.
It's you?
It's me. It's not an artificial intelligence
Steve, what do we got planned tonight?
I don't know. We got a friend in the studio. It's Monday night. We're getting weird. We're doing this. We're doing one of these. We're doing this. I don't know. We're just going to do one of these, maybe. Maybe we'll do one of these. Hit me with the desktop audio. Someone, quick.
Hit that desktop audio.
Hit that desktop audio. Somebody hit me with it now. Hit it, Seth. There it is. There it is. That's how you get Monday started right. Our Twitch stream might be acting funky.
Our Twitch might be acting funky.
Everything might be acting funky. Technology almost got the better of my guy today. He almost Hulk smashed my our computer across the room, which you don't want to do that, bud. You don't want to do that, guy. You don't want to smash everything that got us here. You don't want to do that.
I have a hard time.
Yeah, I know. I saw that.
AI giving me the business, bud.
I see what he's doing here.
I don't appreciate it.
I wouldn't even try that tonight.
I'm not doing that tonight.
Alan probably is wrecking everything for us right now. Alan, Craig, we have a special guest on
We
the
have
show. We're going to
the
get to that in
specialist
a
guest.
minute. We have our two friends over here.
We do.
Can we say hi to them?
They're in the
Do we have
2-cam
a-
chat if you
do
want to
we
throw.
have
Oh,
a
there they are. Look at them.
Hi guys, I'm back. As you can see, I've been in quarantine
You are
for a
redlining.
long time.
Watch that. You're redlining.
Yeah,
You're
sorry
peeking,
about
you're peeking.
sorry
Oh,
about
it's all
that.
right. My turn,
So
my
I've been
turn.
in quarantine for a while. It's good to be back. I've missed the last 2 shows. As you can see, my hair's a little longer. I am officially a COVID survivor, so that feels good.
Glad to have you back. I'm glad
Yeah,
you're
I
on the
feel
other
you know
side,
it
bud.
feels like something's like just done and out of the
Desktop,
way.
buddy.
You know when you're waiting for like your turn and then it's finally your turn and you get to do it and you're done.
Yeah. How'd it go? How was it? He survived.
Dude,
it.
I because I'm a healthy person, I live a healthy lifestyle, I guess, and I guess blood type also kind of matters in this situation. This thing sucks, but
I'm
that's
about to get
itchy.
rid
I
of
don't know
that
how you
thing.
wear that for so long.
Madman.
So
I live this thing.
Here's what we're gonna do.
But yeah, I had very mild symptoms, but
Give people.
Good. I'm
give
glad
them a
Seth's
rundown.
back.
Seth, I'm glad you're well.
Hey, Seth's alive, everybody. He made it through.
We're
Jeez.
joined by a very
I love you
special
too,
guest.
Craig's
we
wife.
also have.
Oh, hold on.
Miss.
We have some tips.
going on.
We have some tips for the. You
got a tip for me?
MOMMJ industry. Darren.
Oh.
Darren the Dare Lion.
Dare
checked
Lion
in
back
with
at
us.
it?
Darren the Dare Lion's back at it, bud.
Oh, man, good
and
for
so
him.
I'll tell you what we're gonna do.
He's one of my favorites.
We are going to. I'm just. I need to get it out. All right. I got to get it out, bud.
Bobby Knight did that thing across
I-
the place here, bud. You should have.
Bounce pass. Bounce pass. I should have thrown it. I should have.
Yeah, we watched Above the Rim.
We watched.
Uh,
boy, did we have a weekend,
the coach,
buddy.
the
had a
coach, we
weekend.
really understood where he was coming from.
Happy birthday to your bouncing baby boy. We had a good time.
11 years old.
We had the had a good old time. We
Great
ran
time.
through a gauntlet of just underappreciated '90s movies.
Cliffhanger,
Yep.
MacGruber,
Above the Rim.
Above the Rim. What else? We
Miss
watched?
March.
Miss March.
And
what was the Patriot? You caught
and
the
Fast
tail
Times.
end.
Fast Times at Ridgemont.
Fast Times at Ridgemont.
So I mean, we did probably
We
the
went
most
hard.
movies I've ever seen in one
Man,
sitting.
we're wild
We
dudes.
are a wild and crazy
Wild
bunch.
dudes. The ladies were out. This
We
weekend,
shotgunned
man.
a beer with our new buddy Skittles.
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 I love him.
Skittles goes live in our page almost every night from his bathtub and shotguns beers. And I got to tell you, I like what the guy's bringing to the table, bud.
Bring it to the table,
I'm
bud.
a big fan of what he's bringing
Bring
to the
it
table.
to the table, bud.
So what we're going to do is I think we should probably start out
What are we
with,
gonna
our,
do, bud?
With our new Darren the Dare Lion video. He came into the studios earlier.
I haven't seen this yet.
He dropped it off. He filmed this from his office.
Did we share it yet?
I believe it was shared on the page. We're going to throw it out there. Then what we're going to do, bud,
Okay.
we're going to come back in here. We're going to invite one of my favorite people on the planet onto the show to talk about some pretty cool stuff that's going on in the MOMMJ industry, the
get to it
Missouri
tonight.
cannabis industry. We're going to get after it a little bit. We had a
Seth's got
couple-
something for us, I think, too, maybe.
Seth's got something for us?
A rabbit hole, maybe?
We can go down the rabbit hole.
Oh, I like that.
And I've been on quarantine, so I got like 4 or 5 streaming picks. I actually had to write them down.
I like it.
I
We
like
got
that.
We got a handful of stream picks. Mike's going to give us some weather. I think we should probably take our guest and throw him in the
the game?
Acts of Insanity
Yes.
gauntlet.
I
Our
fucking
friends
love that
playing
idea.
Acts of Insanity along at home with us, and he has no idea how to
It's
play
a
this
hit
game.
game.
But I've
It's a
played
hit.
similar type games with him. I think he's going to be a natural.
Just
so
fine.
we're going to toss him. We're going to toss him into the gauntlet here.
About it.
He's about it.
Is he here?
He's here.
Is he
Here's what we're going
downstairs?
to do, Seth.
I'm in the ether.
He's down. Who said that?
Seth, if you don't mind, what I would like for you to do, sir, is I would like for you to cue up Darren, and we're gonna show people. I believe Darren says these are his 5 tips for
Going into a Missouri
a
dispensary. You're gonna be
and
new.
making sure you're being taken care of. This is Darren the Dare Lion.
Tag
Tag
a
a
known,
friend.
No, tag a known drug user.
Tag a
Tag a
No.
known drug user.
Tag someone in
Probably
the
a
Missouri
friend.
cannabis industry or a potential patient who's really wondering, what's the best way for me to go in dispensaries?
That's a great
That's
idea.
who you should
That's
tag
who you
right
should
here.
tag. People who are addicted to weed, man.
Oh, the weed addicts are the sativa
And
snorters, man. All
People
of them.
who might be using it as medicine for the first time who might need to figure it out. Because, there's a difference. Apparently,
there's
to
a-
these
there's a
fucking
big-
people in the fucking industry. We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that.
We're gonna get to it. Steve's got a couple
I'm
of
hot.
He's got a couple of articles he takes
hot.
issue with. Seth, let's give these folks Darren the Dare Lion.
Hi, my name is Darren. I like stinky nugs.
Hi, my name is Darren. I was wrong about drugs, yeah. Hey, boys and girls. I'm Darren the Dare Lion. You may recognize me from the failed war on drugs programs of your youth. Now I'm on the apology tour, setting the record straight about cannabis, acid, mushrooms, MDMA, DMT, ketamine, mescaline, San Pedro, and Iboga. Well, just to name a few, you get it. In this first video, I'm going to give you 5 things to think about when you enter the dispensary, and away we go. Number 1 tip from your old buddy Darren. I'm in a dispensary, I recommend starting with something little. I remember when I went on my first hunt on the savannah, I saw a full-grown adult African bull elephant, and I said to my pop, "Oh, Pop, I'm gonna num on that hot elephant meat, Papa." He replied, "Oh, you sweet, sweet, simple moron. We don't start with a big elephant. Yeah, sure, that's a lot of meat for the pride. But take a gander right over there." And I looked up and saw a freshly born baby gazelle just standing up, getting her legs underneath her. See that delicious, slimy little bastard over there? Start small, my son. Start small. And I tell you what, you haven't lived until you've basted your tongue in 15-minute-old gazelle juice. So what I'm saying is start small. Maybe get an 1/8 of flour instead of a 75% THC concentrate. Maybe a 5 milligram edible will do you before you drink a 250 milligram medicinal soda. Or maybe you say, "Forget you, Darren. I'm done listening to you. I'm going to hit a 7-gram dab, eat a 1,000 milligram edible, and I'm finally going to make sense of all these blacklight posters, bud." Numero dos. THC percentage could be total WBS, which in my world stands for water buffalo. Choosing your cultivar by THC percentage is like dating Sonia the lioness down the trail because she's got eyes like Nala and an ass that won't quit. Sure, all your buddies will think you're cool, but where's the substance? Is she the right one for you? And the same goes for cannabis. It's been proven that different buds on the same plant can test differently for THC percentage. What is on your medicine package is a rough estimate at best and the result of testing a small portion of the cultivar batch. THC percent might not matter at all, even if the exact correct percentage is on your packaging. Researchers at the University of Colorado at Boulder's Institute of Cognitive Science documented the experiences of 121 cannabis users. This is from Forbes magazine. As the researchers expected, the concentrate users had very high levels of THC in their bodies after use, but they weren't more high. In fact, every participant's self-reported highness was about the same, as were their measures of balance and cognitive impairment, as CU noted in the news release. Medium THC flower, high THC flower, all the same high? This was not what researchers were expecting. So remember, buying your medicine based on THC percentage is like that time you bought the $120 Ed Hardy t-shirt and you got less compliments than when you wore the Limp Bizkit t-shirt that you got from Goodwill. Number 3, trust your little sniffer, man. Pretty simple idea and concept. Now, you may have an issue in some dispensaries where you can't smell before you buy, and that is a major problem. I'm not going to eat zebra asshole first without giving it a sniff, okay? That's just silly. Terpenes and alcohol esters may have a huge impact on how you and your medicine interact. Terpenes are any of a large group of volatile, unsaturated hydrocarbons found in the essential oils of plants. An ester is formed when an alcohol and a carboxylic acid are combined, eliminating a molecule of water in the process. Chances are, if you like the smell of your medicine, you're going to enjoy the effects. There are also studies on how to decipher terpenes and esters from smell. Do your research, I'm not your dad. Number 4, social responsibilities from your dispensary. When a dispensary opens near you, I'm sure you get as excited as a horny little rhino, and that's natural. Right now, dispensaries have insane prices. A pound of cannabis on the street goes for roughly $1,800, give or take a hundo. I wouldn't know. I found that on budzoo.com. At $67 an eighth, that's about $8,500 per pound. Patients are being robbed. Is the packaging of your dispensary eco-friendly? I know it's tough right now, but we need to put pressure on businesses with our consumption choices. I have a Bush baby buddy in Zanzibar, and he can't take a piss without hitting a bag of Frito-Lays with his stream, okay? Is your dispensary helping the community around them? I got news for you, America. The war on drugs was a lie, and it hurt you more than it helped you. Now, the people who were in charge of locking you in cages are in charge of your programs? I got a brother in the circus, and I'm not with that shit, man. Are they making amends with the people they've wronged? Ask them what they're doing to help the community and choose with your dollar wisely. Number 5, don't believe any of my shit or their shit. THC percentage, an article on Leafly, a bud tender's review. All of it could be total hyena shit. The Missouri cannabis market is not a free market. DHSS limited licenses, and the director Randall Williams believes that cannabis is as addictive as opiates. It's absurd. I refuse to give power back to the zookeepers. I actively helped prohibition in the past, and I'm here to tell you it doesn't work. The black market worked in spite of being persecuted and prosecuted. The government should have reached out with an olive branch and said, we were wrong. We lied to your children with a stupid talking lion. We're sorry. Help us get medicine to the people because after all, that's what you've been doing this whole time. You're an adult. You have a big, full, luscious mane. You make your own decisions. I'm done telling you what to do. But after this and this whole video, I hope you consider making conscious choices when participating in the cannabis world. I'm Darren, and remember to keep on burning, baby. Meow. Hi, my name is Darren. I like stinky nugs. Hi, my name is Darren. I was wrong about drugs. Yeah. Hi, my name is Darren. That's a catchy little tune.
Catchy little tune. He was wrong about drugs.
He was so wrong.
Well,
Accidentally introduced me to the whole new set of drugs, too.
Darren did. There, no doubt. Nobody ever made drugs more appealing than the average DARE officer that went and smoked the children about being able to taste color and see music.
You want to hear Beatles like you've never heard the Beatles
It made
before?
sense of all of it for me.
Is
I'm
that
like,
what you
oh,
want?
that's what they were talking about when they were talking about a yellow submarine and blue meanies. Now I get it. Thanks, DARE officer.
Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds.
That song's not about LSD, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
They've denied that. Time and
Actually,
again.
that's where they got the name for Australopithecus afarensis skeleton, Lucy, the little Lucy skeleton. He was listening to that song while he was celebrating the discovery, and he was like, "Let's call her Lucy."
He was tripping face when he
Dr.
found
Johannes. He was
found Lucy.
probably drunk. Well, he wasn't tripping. He was in Ethiopia in a valley.
Wait, you can't trip in Ethiopia, bud?
That's wrong. Sorry,
What's-
Tara.
all right, well, we'll apologize to the
You know
Ethiopian
what?
people next week. Come on, Seth. You
Dude,
gotta
there's
get
an
it together.
Ethiopian restaurant on South Grand.
I know.
It's fire.
I'm a fan. I am a
I don't know
fan.
if I've ever eaten.
You never had
food.
Ethiopian food?
I don't. Non-bread? Non-bread?
We've
Okay,
see
thank
here.
you. Thank you.
I love Darren, says Chris. Love the background, says Dennison. I'm not your father. Do your own research.
We
I
have
like,
2 prayers to say.
I like saying,
We have
in
2
nomine
prayers.
Patre et Filii et Spiritus Sancti.
This is. I'll say a prayer for Rachel. You say a prayer for Jessica.
Okay, I like that.
Dear God,
Dear God.
listen. I know Rachel's been giving you a real hard time, but you know she. You need to shepherd your flock, and there's lambs. And,
Tighten your leash.
And you know, Rachel just, she's lost her way, dear Lord, with piercings and makeup and dirty words. So, one prayer.
I'm feeling the spirit.
Holy Ghost, please help Rachel. Thank you.
Okay.
You got one for Jessica.
Loving Father, I ask that you suspend all of the carnal sins of the flesh that
that's
our
an easy
sweet dear Jessica cannot seem
sweet
to.
Jessica with the demons.
She cannot outrun these these lustful demons.
One of the 7 deadly.
So we hope that if she does get cast into the depressing gates of hell, we hope that it falls in the
Sexual
first or
activity.
second circle,
Watch this out,
and not
Michael.
where Dante would put most of the sexual miscreants and deviants. We ask this in your name, amen.
Amen. All right.
All
so
right.
1 share, and if you say, "Hey, I shared the show," we will say a prayer for you.
Yes. We'll maybe we even sing a song. We'll sing a God
a
song.
hymnal?
A hymnal. A God
Okay,
song. A
don't-
psalm,
don't-
if you will.
How dare you
Yeah,
dare me to do that?
I will do that. A new beatitude.
How
if
dare
will.
dare me to do that?
A new beatitude.
New
they're mad.
beatitude.
Yeah, I know you like that. Okay, so here's the deal. I'm very excited.
straight
He,
from the
he
fly.
appears to have disappeared. Maybe he's going to come in here in a dead sprint with any luck. A dear friend of mine, someone who I'm super excited to. I can't believe that we're just now getting together. We've had some interviews before, but he's never been on the show. He's someone that I love dearly, someone very close to me, but he's also doing probably the coolest thing, I think, going on in the Missouri cannabis industry. So I want to give people just a little small taste of what the Cola Lounge is all about, and then we're going to bring its proprietor, Mr. Sir Brennan England, to talk to us about the
Brennan
Cola
England.
Lounge and the St. Louis Cannabis Club.
Video too. Oh my God.
That's the Cola Lounge.
Oh.
I've been there a time or two.
Did you hear
It
that?
is.
Oh, that's just me getting boned up.
So everyone, please help
my
me
boner hitting the table.
welcome Sir Brennan England.
Thank you.
What's up, brother? I'm glad to finally have you. Yeah, you got applause going on. Ooh, there's a cat call too. The crowd is going
Oh my
wild.
God, okay,
The crowd
settle
is
down.
going wild.
Did
Easy,
they
guys.
do
Act like
anything
you've
when we
seen a
popped up?
handsome man before, would you?
Yeah, you got 2 on the show every day.
Brennan,
Yo,
let's talk weed, man.
let's do it.
All right. What's the Cola Lounge?
So the Cola Lounge is officially the first private consumption lounge for cannabis users in Missouri. So it's a spot where you can come, you can puff, you can kick back, you can do everything from just like play games and play some video games or something like that. Or we've got it set up official enough where you can do co-working with business partners there, if you want to puff and go over some numbers, cast them and project them up to some TVs or something. We also have a kitchen where you can come in and either, if you know how to cook, you can cook. You can take everything from bud to butter to brownie right in our kitchen. We got infusion equipment. And then we also have staff that are all educated on how to use this stuff. So whether it be the equipment in the kitchen, or whether it be the stuff on our bud bar, which is one of our other big features. If you want to learn how to roll something, you want to learn how to pack something, if you've never taken a dab before. So as much as it's a spot to kick back, it's also a spot for medical patients, and cannabis users in Missouri to have an educated and safe space. It's like a lot of us haven't had a chance to get this comfortable with the herb before.
No doubt, man.
So the Cola was one of my first projects to make sure that we had somewhere safe to make that happen.
Yeah, we've always kind of had to hide it.
That's right.
I remember it would sometimes tear some friendships apart, or at least, like you'd have to separate yourself. Like, oh, smoke. Okay, this is kind of a whole deal. This is one of the coolest things ever. Where did this idea come from?
Yeah, well, so I got into the movement back in 2014, 2015 with Show Me Cannabis, a new approach, getting legalization on the ballot just so we could vote about it in Missouri. And in that, we needed to have some really creative and fun ways to get people to vote. And one of the ways we did that is that we hosted some really cool events. And I hosted the Crawl for Cannabis, which was a street crawl that was a fundraiser. It was an advocacy and education event. It was a party. But most of all, it got signatures for the ballot, right? And so it basically was, the reason why it worked so well is that it was put on by the cannabis culture. It's like we had
most of the up-and-coming cannabis brands or head shops that were coming into Missouri that supported us. And we had advocacy from over 35 local businesses that were willing to put themselves on a directory saying they were ready for legalization in Missouri. So I started this, with the initiative to make this easier and more accessible for everybody. And with that event, I found that this was a platform that we could expand past just one day. We had a loyalty program. Folks were getting perks for shopping at restaurants that were down for the cause. And so my thought was we should turn this into something that people have access to every day. It's like, let's create a collective of businesses and groups and entities that are all in this for the right moral and ethical and vibrational reasons to really bring kick-ass cannabis culture to Missouri. And so we needed a place to do that. And so the Cola is the first spot for us to do that, the Cola where buds meet. And so, the Cola is an only child right now of the St. Louis Cannabis Club, which is our cannabis resource network. But soon we're going to have a lot more babies pop up, and it gets all the attention right now, but soon there's going to be a lot of other stuff for folks to get their hands on right now. I mean, even right now you can go to the website and you can get a massage with CBD topicals. You can find a doctor. Soon you're going to be able to find bud-friendly Airbnbs, loyalty program. So, it started as something in the beginning that was to connect people to the culture and to give it an initiative, give it a vision. And so that's what I've done. The Cola is a space to bring that vision to life, and make it real, because it's not like this is some sort of sterile marketing ploy coming from some sort of from a brand. I'm a stoner for real. This is my life. And so it's easy for me to just, because I have my pulse on the cannabis culture, to plug this in for these brands and to give them spaces to have parties and, for us to actually learn more about the plant, and have a safe way to do it.
Where does that love of cannabis come from?
Well, I think that...
Because you're obviously, dude, passionate about it. And that's one of the things we always are conscious of. People come in here and they're like, I'm going to make a lot of money. Fuck these hippies or whoever smoking the weed. Yeah, people just want to get high. It's just like opiates. Fuck it, man. It's just drugs. Lump it in with the drugs. You can tell you're passionate about it. You've been here from as long as I can remember. Where does that shit come from, man?
Yeah, man. Well, it's like the plant came into my life first, like a lot of people, it came into my life playfully. That's I think is one of the best things about the cannabis spirit is she's a gentle teacher. She can even come to you at a young age and you can be introduced to her and she's still very gentle with you. And so at first...
She'll end up on the news for boning an 8th grader and you're like, damn, that teacher's hot. That shit, what? In my day, it wasn't shit, wasn't what?
That never happened in my day.
I was 4'3", like, hey, teacher. She's like, oh, no, there's like 7th graders who look like fucking He-Man now, you know what I mean? That came out weird. That came out weird.
It's
never mind. Go back to Brennan.
She is a gentle plant teacher.
Right. Yeah. And
that's what we were talking about.
Back to the time of smoking out of cans. Same time. Yeah, man.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
So it started playfully. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then, and it started just like being introduced to it as something as an alternative to drinking. I didn't really like drinking, but then as I got into college and I realized that it was actually helping me chill out. It was actually helping me calm down. I have gastrointestinal issues. I had an appendectomy when I was 6, and I almost died. All of my my internal organs were taken out of my body and vacuumed off by surgeons and put back in. Obviously, not in the same way that they started. So for me, I've always struggled with GI issues, and I've always struggled with hyperactivity issues. So cannabis helps keep me level. It helps keep me grounded. And then it also, it helps me feel better in my body, and so it started very much about me, and then in my journey. But then once I moved into, once I was a teen, I was working and I was driving, and I started getting profiled because of my color. Then immediately, cannabis became an axis of activism for me. Because I saw that something that was liberating, something that was freeing and communal for so many different types of people and bringing people together, but that it was something that was actually going to impede me in my life and people were going to judge me for. Not only that, but they were using it with my color as a reason to hold me down. So I had only just started to get a taste for this, let alone the centuries of mass incarceration, et cetera. So that's where the activism came in, and I was like, all right. we've got to make this change.
Fuck yeah.
You know, and then I didn't realize, I knew that, that cannabis was a healing plant. But then, like, as I started doing the events and I started having people reach out to me, giving me their testimonies from all different parts of the state, telling me they would love to come to my event, but they can't drive, but they still want to buy something so that they can support this because, they're impotent. They have to live with their parents because they can't take care of themselves, or, they haven't been able to handle their children because of their tremors, and like, that's whenever the medical piece of it took me even deeper, and I was like, okay, this is something that from the root to the fruit, from my joy to justice, this is something I'm going to focus on for the rest of my life.
No doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Hell
It's a
yeah,
noble
dude.
cause, man. Just talking about how it connected you to so many different things. It's something that fairly prolific shaman Hamilton Souther talks about. Like, there weren't a lot of shaman that were using cannabis in their ayahuasca ceremonies until he had kind of come along, and he'd realized that all of these cultures around the world, with all of the things that we had different, whether we were nomadic, whether we were farmers, whether we believed in this god or that god, one thing that all of these cultures around the world had in common was cannabis, and that's what is cannabis. And one of the things that I was really hopeful for, I'm still hopeful for, is that cannabis is this great connector, that on some level we're not always having this infighting going on. And right now, with the launch of a new problem, we have a lot of stuff that we're still trying to figure out as far as rules and guidelines and things like that go. But there's one thing that people on each side of the aisle, or people that don't even participate in that kind of political thought, have in common, and it's this plant and knowing how it helps people medically. And not just for major cancer protocols or ALS or, MS, go down the list of different things that people are using for that are truly detrimental and tough physical ailments to live with, but also people that are dealing with high anxiety issues and depression and
Invisible
things like that.
illness, yeah.
Invisible illness. And so people are always trying to quantify. People that don't use cannabis medically or at all are always kind of trying to quantify how cannabis is actually a medicine, having no frame of reference for what it really does medically to keep people's homeostasis, to keep their their mood stabilized, to keep all of these things, to keep them functioning members of society. And so it is interesting, the neighborhoods that it brings together, the schools of thought that it brings together. And I feel like if it's something that we're all kind of focusing on, this being the vehicle that brings us together to move forward on something, then we can only do good things.
Damn right. Yeah, and it shows at the cola. It's like the cola, and just a little bit of a backstory behind what the cola means is that the cola where buds
You're sponsored by Coca-Cola.
Right, exactly. Sponsored by the cola where buds meet. Is a concept that comes out of the definition of cola, that is that the cola is the flowering side of the female cannabis plant. So where it is literally where buds come to bloom, and there's also this piece of it that colas in cannabis culture, colas are also kind of seen as like a primo item because it's the top of the plant, right? And the top cola, the big cola, is a bud that some people don't ever see. So it also becomes kind of a status symbol because it's like if you're only buying dime bags and stuff your whole life, you might never see a cola.
Yeah.
It's like maybe your buddy pinched off of this cola for you and you were like, wow.
Yep.
But,
Definitely not the top either. He's probably just taking a little bottom.
Right. But the point is that the cola is something that is seen as the upper echelon of cannabis experience, but it is also literally where buds come to bloom. So it holds this metaphor for what cannabis culture is that like we bring things together, we nourish them, we make them dank and sticky, and we make them funky and weird, and that's what weed is. Cannabis is weird like that. It's a weed, and it's like its female plant is gorgeous and aggressive, and the male plant gives no fucks. It will do everything for us, and so I don't know. It's just like the cola for me. That was the reason why I kept that. And actually, I'll give you all a teaser right now. Is that anybody that's listening will get an in, which is that we're working on the rebrand for the St. Louis Cannabis Club, which will be the Cola Collective. This is the first time I've actually said that anywhere publicly. But
cool.
The reason is that the Cola Collective is really what we're about. It's creating these cola buds everywhere across the cannabis culture, across the Midwest, and giving people top, quality experiences, And so
I love it, man.
It is. It's the ultimate binder when we talk about weed, cannabis. You know, it's like everybody from every creed and place on earth smokes. And when people are oppressing people who smoke, it has a tendency to bring people who maybe never would have got together. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And that's one of the coolest things. And that goes into what you're doing. Now, you're down on Cherokee right now.
Correct. Yeah, Cherokee Street, South City, St. Louis.
What's it like down there, man? I don't get down to the city very much. What's the vibe? What's the feel of Cherokee? Let the people
Yeah.
at home know.
So,
Because I
you
know
know,
a little bit about Cherokee.
I like-
I'm not sure about our
you know.
KC people or other people watching. What's
Yeah.
Cherokee Street like?
Yeah, so I like to say that Cherokee Street is kind of like if Mission and Haight-Ashbury had a baby, you know, because you've got this heavy influence of the Latino community because they own property there, they own, districts. So, Mexico Viva Aquí, they're going nowhere, and it's prominent there. It's like a pulse, and it's unbroken, and so that keeps it really warm and it keeps it authentic. There won't be a Starbucks down there, and then. We've got the antique district, which is historic, so we get all these like quirky, abstract, oddballs that are looking for somewhere to find some weird shit for their house. And then you've got all the actual oddballs and outcasts of the art community, and that's kind of where we came into the community originally back, 2010 or whatever was, working with the art community there, getting a pulse for concerts and festivals and that type of thing, and so that's actually part of what's been, I've been riding the wind from that under my wings on Cherokee Street for the COLA, it's like this Cherokee Street, I've labeled it the Greenlight District. Hashtag Greenlight District STL.
Fuck yes,
because we're going to have one of the highest concentrations of dispensaries in the state, within a walkable mile. Not only that, but then you'll also have a couple of my consumption lounge concepts in the mix to keep it even more interesting.
Yeah, bud. Let's do that. We can have those algae bloom lights that are green. Fucking line the fucking street. Day they're being
awesome.
charged and fucking.
awesome.
I love it, dude.
Yeah, but so that's the vibe on Cherokee, man. Is that they've been nothing but open arms since I started my projects. I'm now a member of the business, the CID, the Community Improvement District. I got a standing ovation for the concept for my cannabis lounge. So it's like, I've got aldermanic support from both sides of the street. So, the vibes couldn't be sweeter, if you ask me. Now,
That's cool.
Don't get me wrong. We have impositions like gentrification is a big issue. Crime, youth crime is still a big issue. But part of what our project is to help heal that shit. It's like that's part of what the herb does. It's part of what the economy and the dollars from this, the revenue coming into these neighborhoods that need that. It's like they're providing jobs. They're supplementing, access to other substances that are less safe. So it's like even the grit, like the parts of the neighborhood that others like, anybody watching this, I know you've heard something about the South Side of or the State Streets or whatever. And it's like, shit's block by block. It's not a lie. But, there's enough grit, there's enough soul, and there's enough spirit there that it's unbreakable. It's unwavering. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's like, no Starbucks allowed.
Dude, I love it. I thought of it as the Wild West growing up. I'm 37.
It was significantly rougher.
We used to
when we
drive
were
down there
younger
when I
kids,
was
too,
21, and it was wild.
Oh, yeah.
dude.
I walked down there.
I kind of loved it because I was only driving through. And the people that I met and partied down there and where I bought cannabis a few times, don't tell anybody. I know. Dude. But the houses were so fucking cool. And the people there were very different than my aunts and uncles and their friends in South County off of Becker and Christopher. It was a totally different vibe happening there,
Sure.
And even I grew up on Tennessee, but not like it wasn't, I was sectioned off by the highway, so I kind of had my own little dead end street. But I used to tell people, I'm like, I lived on Tennessee. And they're like, state streets? Watch out.
Right,
Watch out for this dude. And I'd be like, watch out for me. I'm real tough, mister. I'll pop you in the
It's
kisser.
like whenever people hear Compton, they're like, "Oh, you stay on Compton."
Dude,
It's like,
there's some
it's actually pretty
serious
nice.
houses
it's like
on
you're
it.
in Compton Heights.
yeah, it's pretty nice.
Yeah, Compton
Pretty
Heights
nice
has
down
got
there.
some
Compton Heights.
mansions.
Yes,
Yeah.
I do stay in Compton Heights. Yes, thank you.
No love lost to anybody in Compton Heights.
We
I love
got Spike Spiegel says Southside all day, 4600 block, Louisiana.
Yeah.
Oh, Steve, guess what time it is?
What
bud?
time
it's
it is,
100
bud?
message time.
Oh, shoot.
you. Please, motherfucker, let it know this is what happens, please.
100 comments. Let's
that means
see.
I gotta get some weed going.
We have
After that,
we have had some
fresh CBD.
some great comments going along. We had Casey Weeblog said, "How can I help from Kansas City?" Let's see here.
I think that's
Bless
the
your
goal,
precious
right?
family.
This cola idea spreads far beyond St.
Yeah.
Louis.
Yeah,
I mean,
that is part of it. Yeah, and we're basically setting ourselves up as a networking resource, as a consulting firm, and obviously as our own entity, right? So it's like for folks that want to open their own lounges, if they want to become part of the collective, all they have to do is hit us up. We're doing everything from just managing membership for lounges that have their own name and their own concepts to doing entire build outs. We have contractors. Yeah. We have we have folks that can do your design for you, your logo, all that shit. So you're legal,
Yeah.
And
we got a guy who can do logos too, right,
Right.
here,
Yeah.
guy. There's
Right.
a guy right
But-
there, buddy. Yeah, there's a guy. There he is. There's a guy.
But at minimum, we make sure that we keep a standard.
Oh no, that's the deal. Because
Yeah.
we're always like, yeah, it'd be cool to work with them, but they seem like complete assholes, because we're in the business of kind of
Just wanna do
working
my
with
own
people, and it'd be really nice to have a collective of, I don't want to say people who are in it for the right reasons. It sounds
Yeah, I think
so
you should say it.
dumb. But people who I don't think are complete assholes, like you can feel the energy and vibe from Mr. England over here, and it's like, that's where I want to be. That's where I want to live. I want to stay with those people because cannabis always has been the thing where I'm like, hey, buddy, here's a little extra nug. I got one. This is illegal. We're in this together, bud.
That's right.
Like, hey, man, me and you. Hey, cool. It's like, let's go smoke. It was such a love-based hobby, if you will. Like that's where it all came from. Like my source of it, giggling, having fun, watching the Three Stooges. I mean, what was your first time? If you want to talk about that,
The first thing-
getting ripped.
First time you ever got stoned?
The first time that I ever got high, like high, was in the 8th grade. And I remember
Me
getting
too.
back to my house. It was these 2 badass little girls that lived across the street from my middle school. And I remember getting back to my house, and I was so high. I went upstairs and I was watching. It was like something out of a stoner movie, for real. I was watching the TV, and for at least half an hour, the TV had no sound, and I had no idea. I remember being like, man, this is so complex. Like, what are they talking about?
Is this Sundance? Is this a Sundance film? It was American Ninja.
Right. Like, actually, I don't know what you're saying. And then when I turned it on, the shit was in Spanish. What the fuck?
No, that's the deal, because some movies start out silent. So even now, I'll think when all those like Paramount whatever dealies are going at the beginning, you're kind of like, is this movie silent? And you're like, oh no, I forgot to turn on my Polk audio soundbar.
Right.
Shout out to Polk Audio.
Yeah, unofficial sponsor of
Blow
the
phones.
Monday night
My
primetime
blow
Hoosier Sophisticate
phone.
show. My blow. Guys, McGruber is a masterpiece.
That's my streaming deck.
Well, don't tell him. You didn't have to tell him.
Damn it, you're right.
You don't put that on me.
Right.
You don't put it on me,
I put
pal.
it on you, bud.
You got 5 others to choose from. Okay. So, what other? You got a few endeavors. You got the Cola Lounge. You also we were talking a little bit about the Cannabis Club, which is going to go through some rebranding as the Cola Collective.
That's right.
So, talk to me a little bit about what the Cannabis Club is, what you're kind of offering through that endeavor, and we'll go from there.
One of the biggest things that's been a challenge for us has been, not only are we affected by COVID, just as people, but we're double affected as stoners because there's nothing more social than cannabis use. You know what I'm saying? And we're all being really robbed of that therapeutic piece of our culture that we might take for granted.
So right.
Because smoking alone is lonely.
Yeah.
100%.
It feels good. It's good whenever I want to be by myself, but I want to have a choice.
Totally, dude.
So one of the things that we've really been thinking about is like how do we keep ourselves alive, but also how do we keep cannabis culture connected? How do we feel more connected in a time that we have so much distance? And so for us, we decided that we were going to start launching products that we could share and that we could connect with. And it might not be literally going lip to lip like we do with our joints. So it's safer, but at least we feel connected and that we get to share these new experiences together. And we know that it's something that's coming from us, you know?
No doubt.
One of those things is my new CBD seltzer.
Oh, dang. Hey, Seth, while we're dishing out some seltzer, why don't we let these
seltzy?
folks know about it, bud?
Okay, we can do that.
Sweet like mango, mango, sweet like mango, mango, booty fuego. She don't play though, do what she says so. Oh, oh, sweet like mango, mango.
Like the speed.
Okay, who wrote that?
Dig it.
I know, right?
Who wrote that?
I know it's a cut, right?
Yeah, for real, because I'm about to freestyle all over that. Dude and
Oh,
bring that
no.
shit back.
You can't do it again. No.
I haven't done this since radio days.
You won't do it
I
without
haven't done this
integrity
since
here. You
radio
won't
days.
do it.
Boys?
I just saw him.
Would
the
you
other
guys
day.
like a CBD seltzer?
Yeah, I'll give it a try.
Talk to me a little bit about some CBD seltzer here.
I don't like peaches or mangoes, so this should be interesting.
Yeah, let me know what you think. Just don't spit it all over the equipment.
I like peaches and mango. I don't like seltzer, so this could also be interesting.
You got a
Let me
tough
try
crowd
this
tonight, 'cause
out.
I think
that
this
ain't
is
bad.
delicious.
That as a guy who really
Are we gonna do? Let's do a whole thing
that's
here.
not bad at all, actually.
Get it
Maybe
out
it's
on that.
because I'm parched, but that's
It's
not
extremely refreshing. Yeah.
On a
I'll
scale
tell you
on a scale
this
of
right
1
now.
to
Deal.
5 fat spliffs.
I've had.
bad. 1 out of 5 fat spliffs. That's the rating system.
That's a rating
Oh, I like
system.
it. I do. This is a solid
slightly
4.5
stupid
for me
song.
Hold on,
because.
you also look like you need a coaster. Hold on, here you go.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
I do need a coaster.
A cola.
You,
private
did you,
lounge
you,
coaster.
you probably didn't know what the title of the show was, but it's actually Win Buds Mate.
Is it?
Is the title of our show
No
tonight.
shit. That's perfect.
So it says the cola, private
Buds.
lounge,
Oh, you
Where
did?
Buds Meet, and tonight is Win Buds Meet.
Fuck yeah.
So I'm
Throwing
gonna
at the
say
cameras. No, don't.
Oh, like
Never mind.
David Letterman.
Yeah, I knew.
We need a
I
broken
don't
glass
like
deal.
seltzer, but I will say this is like
It's
the most
refreshing.
tolerable.
Damn right.
It's very good.
Most
You know, I definitely you can taste that peach and that mango in
It's-
there, and
that's what makes
it
it
does
better
have a little
than,
bit of
like-
an earthy kind of
That's what
tone
makes
to
it
it.
better than like the bubbly or the flavored
Ooh,
sparkling
In fact-
water.
Most
Is
is
like it
filtered
actually
water,
has
bud.
flavor to it.
That's
I
right.
could totally probably drink this whole thing.
Well, here's the deal.
Like
I'll
I've had
tell
that
you-
LaCroix shit. That
Yeah, that
Oh.
tastes like static. This has actual.
was
has
that
actual
you that
fruit
was
flavor.
like you said something like
Oh,
that
no, somebody posted a
mixes
meme
with
that
a
said
little
it's
It tastes
if you
like
mix
you-
it with a little bit of hooch. it'd
you're
be
drinking
wrong.
static while
Big
somebody
old
screams
rum,
the name
nice
of a fruit.
coconut
Just a
rum.
little bit. Just a
Yeah.
nice little combo of
But-
this.
Well, you know, I
little
put that on the
J.
side. Yeah, I put that on the can even. You know, it's like underneath. I say enjoy it on its own or get creative using it as
That's
a mixer.
where I just saw that. I stole
Yeah.
that from you and just said it out loud.
Yeah.
I was like, that would be a great idea. Because,
Yeah.
oh, yeah.
I'll tell you when
bud.
I've had it after being at the river, hot August day.
Ooh, tell me
drinking
more,
beer,
slower.
drinking beer
Tell
all
me
day,
more.
sweating, just kind
Oh,
of slowly dripping down my half-naked
damn,
body,
dude.
and
Jumping off
I'm
cliffs and
probably,
stuff?
Yeah, jumping off cliffs.
What?
Yeah, all day,
Oh,
all day.
dude,
Watching people
base
confront-
jumping.
Actually, Brennan can actually attest to this. It was awesome because we were sitting there on the beach one day, and I'm like, how cool is it that we just get to watch people just face their fears all day long
day
and
long.
eventually conquer them.
Remember
Like,
it got
that's what we
Jen that
post
one
up
day?
all the time. Yeah,
She was like, ooh, no, I can't do it. Ooh, we get up to the
and
edge.
then she did it.
Yeah, she did.
You can't, it's.
I
it's
mean,
awesome. Anyway,
she'll walk again one day. hopefully.
one day,
fine.
but
she'll be
as
fine.
for
She'll
now,
walk
she-
it off.
Yeah,
Stuff it out.
she'll walk it out.
Oh, walk it out.
All right, but what I was gonna say is,
Yes, what?
after
What were you
drinking,
gonna say?
12 pack at the river about for 6-7 hours, I need to hydrate, bud.
7-Eleven.
That's right.
I'm sitting here, and this thing pulled me right back out of it, got me ready to get back up on that cliff and do a little jumping again.
That's
And
right.
you were doing backflip,
Backflip, gainers, bud.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Yes, I love this. I got to remember that for my next commercial.
Yeah, we'll do it.
that's
We'll
a
shoot it
great
at Washington
idea.
State Park.
We'll shoot it.
We'll
Ad ads. We do that.
Uh-oh.
We do that too.
Guys, are you showing, or is that just Facebook? Yeah, it looks like it's just Facebook. All right, we're good.
What is it?
It was
That's
like-
your
okay.
campaign. That's your
We're
camera.
okay.
That's your camera. It's okay.
We're
It's
okay.
Craig's camera.
Yeah, so you want me to tell you something about this?
I do.
So, cool things about this, all right, is that, like everything else, we wanted it to be something that felt real St. Louis. And so I worked with Style House, STL Style. They're a brand company down on Cherokee Street.
They cool?
I'll make sure that I tag them in this. Style House, they specialize in St. Louis inside jokes. So, like, if you have lived on a state street or if you have seen a St. Louis vehicle or, it's like they have inside jokes for everything, and they put them on T-shirts. They put them on, purses and underwear. But so I got connected with them because I knew that this was going to be a really fun St. Louis project, you know, and so who better to work with that? And then Mighty Kind Cannabis is actually who came to me, approaching me. I'm good friends with the owner, and they've got seriously some of the most innovative tech nationally right now for CBD seltzers that we have right here, and it's the water solubility of the CBD. So water solubility with CBD makes a difference because there's no carrier oil, oil or derivative that has to break down in the body. So you feel it almost immediately, you know? So it's like you don't have to wait for the slow burn of an oil or a sugar in order to feel your medicine, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And so you actually have a really rapid revitalizing onset from the drink, so that you really feel it, you know? It's like, and it's not in any way, it's not over sedative, and it's not obviously, what's the word? It doesn't mess.
Sedating.
Yeah, well, it doesn't. It's not psychotropic in any way, but it doesn't. But you still feel it, you know. The other pieces of this that make it really cool is that we use reverse osmosis water. We use all organic fruit essences, and that's it. You know, we use an organic hemp extract. So everything that's in it is all really, really high quality. You know, and some
It's delicious, man.
distributors would be upset with me because they want that wholesale price a little bit lower, but they don't understand that, like,
The process that's going into it.
we're really making sure that this is a high quality product, you know, and we're not cutting any corners with it, you know. So I feel it's been nice for me because I just get to tout this awesome science and put my skin on it with my brand and represent it as a St. Louis product, because this is a St. Louis company that's making it, you know. So it tastes delicious. It's our first formula, but we have a couple other formulas that are coming out. Yes, it is nano infused. That's right, Dennison. So we have a couple other formulas that are going to be coming out. Mighty Kind actually has some of their own flavors, including a lemon and a pine berry. At St. Louis Cannabis Club, we're going to come up with our own. What do y'all think? What should our next flavor be?
Mystery flavor of Airhead.
Airhead!
Airhead mystery flavor.
Mystery flavor.
Airhead mystery flavor. What is it? What was it?
See, I would have guessed like blue raspberry blow pop. That was my jam. That was my jam. And I hate raspberries, but blue raspberry blow pops were different.
I feel like
they were like the blue. Remember the icy, the
blood
little,
orange? I
the
feel like it's a
ices?
big deal now.
Yeah.
Oh, the little
Trendy. Starfruit would be my choice.
Starfruit.
Starfruit would be my choice. Starfruit's my jam.
Starfruit,
Gatorade had a
guy.
starfruit flavor and a dragon fruit flavor that were off the charts.
All right, I'm on STL.
I'm gonna do a sour cream and banana. Right when Craig takes a drink.
An old banana
Sour cream
flavor.
and, no, I was thinking like
Sour
maybe,
cream and banana?
maybe like a pepper jack.
They're saying cucumber, lime,
bacon,
watermelon,
no.
kiwi.
Pineapple, man. That's like my favorite fruit flavor to add to anything.
All right. Okay.
It's a really strong flavor
So
too.
just
So it'll
love some
present
straight
itself
up
pretty
pineapple.
pretty strong.
I'm on the STL style
Yeah,
shop.
they make some great
Pretty tight.
shirts.
Yeah, I'm actually somewhere in there. You can even find me modeling some of their clothes.
Oh,
How about that?
hold on. I
nice.
might need to use the restroom.
Stay here, make it a show. Make it a show.
That's
We're
what I'm
almost to
saying.
a commercial break.
I'm not opposed to earning money that way. Let's go.
Damn right.
It's
Why not,
2020,
dude?
bud.
Why not?
Everything's for
what are we
sale.
doing?
Everything's for sale.
Everything is
we
for
doing?
sale.
Are
I
there
got my
cams
Cash
set
App
up?
and Venmo tag up right
We
now.
got all kinds of cams.
Can we turn it into some sort of
I'm gonna do like
voyeur
EdTV.
dorm?
Yeah.
Remember that?
Dude, yes. No, I don't know voyeur dorm, but
What was it, remember?
I get the concept just by the title, believe it or not. I figure it's like a dorm where there's just cameras watching people do everything. A lot of young kids hooking up.
No.
In college.
Okay, yeah.
What, I'm like, you're an adult by the time you get to college, bud.
Yeah, I know you're talking.
I'm not
You're
you.
barely legal. I know. I'm projecting
Don't project
on you.
onto
I'm
me.
sorry. I know.
Don't do that.
I
Listen.
messed up earlier.
All right.
Listen.
On top of this delicious CBD seltzer, you got kind of a cool other little project going on.
Yeah,
And I
dude.
want to talk about that a little bit. I don't know if you brought one, but I know we definitely got a little video. So why don't we lead in with that, and then you can tell us what this thing is. right, so that looks awesome. I think we got a customer in the front of the store. So Steve stepped off for a minute. Let's talk a little bit about the Cannabis Club stash box. What we got? What is this thing?
Yeah, as long as he didn't step off with the laptop, we're okay.
We're good. Yeah.
No. Yeah. So the stash box is, we were talking a little bit earlier about ways for us to stay connected in a time of so much distance.
Absolutely.
And stash box is really one of the biggest ones for that. So stash box is a monthly subscription service that sets high-quality cannabis products directly to our customers' doors. So whether it be for you or for a loved one, whether it's for you or maybe your grandma, your auntie, they love the CBD these days. We drop off CBD flower, pre-rolls, topicals, droppers, pipes, papers, all from brands that are either dependable on the national circuit that we know and we trust, and featuring local brands that are up and coming that are really working to get their name out there,
Mm-hmm.
And so we're doing this. Yeah, that's right. It is. It's like Ipsy for weed.
Okay.
And, so and our focus is not just bringing products, but making it something that showcases the Missouri market, right? So
Absolutely.
one of the biggest things, especially with federal legalization on the rise, is that we really don't know what it looks like whenever the large corporate interests start to get into the cannabis industry. There are a lot of things that we feel like are the top of the ceiling right now that really that ceiling's going to break. And a lot of the people that feel like they're at the top right now or feel like they have a good momentum are going to get stifled. They're going to get bought out, or blown over by these larger entities that move into town if they're not prepared to work or play with them. And so the Stash Box was a way of us really having a peace offering to all the businesses to come together and be like, look, we're going to make a spot for everybody here, because it's inevitable. You hear it's a controversial topic that everyone knows in the grassroots parts of the cannabis industry, that everyone's concerned about making sure that we have our voice, that we're represented, and that we're being treated fairly. We know that we have to push for those things if we want a fraction of it. And so we want to make sure that it's clear that we have that in mind with our box, and that we're not just allowing this to be a way for brands to come in and keep on plugging in and taking over. At the same time, we've got to make room for them to have skin in the game too.
Absolutely.
And so that's the way that it's got to work. And so Stash is also focused on not just getting products to people, but having them talk about it. And that's one of the ways that we get people connected, is that we send you the box, you open the box, which is badass. You get new products every month, and then on top of that, we encourage you to share and talk about it.
There's a fucking guy robbing the place. I had to beat him off with a bong.
Oh my God.
Beat him off with a bong.
Fuck no.
And by
What's up, brother?
By beat him off with a bong, I mean I beat him off with the end of a bong.
So back to
Yes.
that
I miss?
product that we're talking about, the Stash Box.
Oh, sorry.
We're talking about the Stash Box. No, it's a great
Yeah, it's a
great
great
plug.
segue.
Yeah.
That
You
might
put
be an
your
ad
cock
for
in
the
it.
next box, though, man. Like, we might be able to add that in as a service.
Chairs. They're getting too old.
He tries to talk off camera. Don't recognize him, because then no one can hear him talking, and then it becomes a whole deal. He's sabotaging us. He's in charge of all this, so he sabotages it. It's a whole kink of his.
So right now, is this something that is available right now to subscribe to?
It is. You can jump on our website right now and you can book. You go to stlcannabis.club. It's there for you to click the link on, and we're going to be shipping out by the end of the month. We, one of the biggest pieces with our campaign is that we're encouraging people to unbox online. We have a hashtag #FlexYourStash. So once you get the box, open it up, share it online, tell people about your products, what you like and what you don't like about them, more so hopefully what you like. And then we're also going to have polls that we're sending out to you from the brands. So it's like, and so if there's a brand that any brands listening right now, if you want an opportunity to get your product directly in the hands of people, it's an easy way for you to do that and get direct feedback from them.
What's a good brand to you? What makes a good brand? Because I'm always struggling with that myself. Like, who do I want to work with? Who do I want to align with? What kind of good little people do I want to align with and spend the rest of my life with every waking minute of every day?
Kill me now.
Kill us both. But how do you determine, who's kind of, fucking lack of a better term, doing things right or whatever?
Yeah, I mean, one of the things is, folks that speak out of action and not out of words, that really speak through what they're doing. It's like one of the things that has been kind of humbling for me is to have to bring myself up out of what I'm doing for people to kind of put their hand on my shoulder and be like, yo, bro, this is really happening, you know? And so I feel like that kind of humbleness that brands carry with them, where they're so dedicated to what they're doing that they don't see that they're bigger than themselves, that's always a winner for me.
Hell
you know?
yeah.
But beyond that, you know, it's like one of the biggest pieces is social equity. You know, it's like, are you being conscious about the type of people that you're hiring, that you're including in your marketing? You know what I'm saying? It's like if I'm looking at a product and I see nothing but the same trope of white man, no offense to any,
Yeah, no
it's
doubt.
gonna let me know that it's like that there's only one type of person that's being thought about, not only with this product, but probably behind that product.
No doubt.
You know?
It's been ruined the opposite way, though, too, where like Gap and those type of giants will be like, we have someone from every culture ever in our commercial.
so patronizing.
Yeah, and it's like,
yeah.
God dang, people, let's do what you're talking about. Getting together on that small community level is the jam, is what we've tried to do with Hoosier Sophisticate and the sophisticated Hoosiers community, because that's where it starts. We've talked to these people at different conferences and people way smarter than us who, you know, got so much more going on than we'll probably ever even dream. And they say, start small, start in your community. Mm-hmm. You're using companies from Cherokee.
Yeah.
You're starting with the thing I love about your place so much is like, hey, I don't really know much about weed. I wish there was a place I could go and figure my shit out, from rolling to having someone to talk to about it to doing stuff like that. Head shops have helped before, but now it's nice to have a place. Why are you looking at? I can't do the show with you looking at me like an disapproving father.
You're
my
my
disapproving
number
father.
one rule.
What was that? Which is my.
Do not talk to the person off camera.
I can't help it. That's why it's my own number one rule. I can't help but break it every goddamn time, dude. It's a thing I got.
Attention.
So being you got help.
You were doing pretty good.
I'm
gonna take another drink of this fucking
shows like this, platforms like mine.
Communities,
focus
buddy.
on that, and it's like that's
Communities.
why the cola works,
Yep.
is because we really
you,
are
Mike.
the culture. You know, it's like we
Yes,
really
for
do.
sure.
Hoosier Sophisticate, the Cola Collective, St. Louis Cannabis Club. We have our hands on the pulse of cannabis culture.
We're interacting. We're, like you said, not just words, but with actions, right?
That's right.
When I look at what we're doing, we talk about this all the time, like trying to assess value or assign value to different to the different events that we're doing, anything like that. There is a social equity that is worth. I got to be able to put a tangible value on. If I'm actively helping the community with cannabis, people attached to cannabis, raising money, doing what I can, maybe sometimes I don't have the money to participate financially in some of these different things, so I put in sweat equity. We put in sweat equity. This community comes together regularly with this common bond around our community in particular, and all of these crossovers. I feel like in the cannabis community, we just want to be able to take our health into our own hands. Mm-hmm. Explore our own consciousness, be stewards of our community. Like, we're not asking to do this so that we can then go out and do fucking criminal shit. Like, that's not what's going on,
dude.
Here.
Totally, it's not a bunch.
Yeah. Like we're not taking over the world. Dude.
Hey, everybody who's huff and duster, let's all get together and build the community.
Hold on, total off topic right now. Have y'all watched the new Pinky and the Brain or Animaniacs?
No, I want to watch the new Pinky and the Brain so
They're
bad.
killing it,
Dude,
Are
I
they?
love Animaniacs? I'm in on that.
Okay,
Where do I
I will
find
do
that?
it.
We'll talk
Hulu.
about
We'll do it.
Okay.
Hulu.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta get Hulu. Okay, good.
All right.
It's password.
Guys,
Put your password and your Hulu thing
I
up
want
there,
to,
and I'll say one prayer for you.
It's
Did we
about
get anybody
time
else
for a
to
break
share?
here. So I think what we ought to do is hit a quick break, and then when we come back, I want to get a little bit more into the social.
Jason's
equity
here too, and
conversation.
he's gonna join us at some point.
I like it. I want to
Okay.
get into the social equity conversation.
We'll get into that article.
I want to get into a couple of cannabis articles. I want to throw Brennan into the Acts of Insanity gauntlet. We're gonna play a little game.
Jason can play that too.
Jason can play. It'll be fantastic. I want to take a quick break because we have awesome sponsors, Jason being one of them. Sweet Leaf Emporium gives us a place to break it down. We like to call it the Church of Unconditional Love and Transcendence, where we can, try and be one of the battle stations in the war on drugs and trying to, be a bunker for free thinkers.
Man, we're good people.
Free thinkers and conscious explorers and big time lovers. So hopefully you guys can help out, or give our sponsors a shot, because they're helping everybody out in the community. They really are. They're invested. We can make ads for anybody, but the people that we allow put their name on this show, they buy into what our community is. They buy into what the cannabis community is and what it does for everyone, and the opportunities that it presents for everyone. And so we want to try and amplify a message that allows as many Missourians as possible to succeed in this burgeoning
this new market
green rush that is the biggest thing to happen, economically to the state since Budweiser figured out refrigerated carts, for train cars. So
Jason from Sweet Leaf will blow you.
That's true.
He will blow you a really great piece of glass. He's a tremendous gaffer, is what they call him on the scene.
Blowsmith.
He's a blowsmith. He's a blowfish. A true cocksman.
Oh.
And a blower. Master blower of things. It's a big old blower.
Yeah, that's what he does.
Guys, these are our sponsors. They'll help you out. Some of them are homicidal murderers. Some of them want to talk creepy things to you in the middle of the night. Some of them are just trying to funnel leads from all of the extreme sides of the human population. And some of them are growing, and some of them are creating probably the best hemp-derived
CBD medicine
you'll ever try. So
I'm all CBD.
These are our sponsors.
I've had too much of this CBD news. I'm gonna go punch my dad in the face because he never listened to me. Take a swing, old man. Take a fucking swing.
We'll see you guys.
That's what CBD does to people.
We'll see you guys on the other side of the break.
No, it doesn't.
Oh, hey. It's Adam McChesney with Ms. Marketing. We specialize in lead generation, filling your pipeline, and taking care of your payments. Give us a call today.
Adam from Ms. Marketing took me from 10 leads to 300 leads in a month, and I became the strongest boy in the schoolyard.
He increased the revenue for my charter fishing business by 30% in 1 month. Ms. Marketing.
What was that Facebook algorithm? What was that Instagram? Ms. Marketing.
I know it's late, baby, but you got me thinking about my dream home.
Yeah. Doesn't just sell houses, they sell dreams. You know when the best time to talk about dreams is? In the middle of the night. That's why Bungeon Property Group is famously open 24 hours a day, so you can whisper sweet nothings in the middle of the night. Oh yeah. Tell me all your dreams of white picket fences, in-ground pools, and I'll find them for you. In an area with a low crime rate, general proximity to nice parks, walking distance to the grocery store, easy access to the highways, a place where you can offer a quality education to your children, all while feeling safe in your front yard while they play. Let me talk that dream house talk to you. Let me be your dream realtor. Adam Bondred.
Hey, DJ Shabba.
Hey, ladies. I'm gonna smoke a little weed, boy.
I wanna grow some trees, boy.
When I grow all the weed that I smoke,
And I blow all the trees that he grows.
and I smoke all the weed that I grow,
and I grow all the trees that he smokes.
Well, I'm growing and I'm smoking.
So I go see Bo.
And I'm smoke what I grow, yeah.
Proactive solution.
And I'm growing the hydro.
Bo knows hydro.
And I'm growing the hydro.
Proactive solutions.
Bono hydro. Bono hydro. Bono hydro. Bono how to grow. Bono how to grow.
Proactive solution.
Bono how to grow.
Proactive solution.
I'm an outlaw, check it and see. Wanted poster looking like me. Checking the swamp man for a pretty girl. Being an outlaw in an outlaw world.
Hey, I'm an outlaw, check it and see. Wanted poster looking like me. Walking my hound dog, surfing that swamp. Catching crow that do the sweetly stomp. Everybody do the sweetly stomp.
It's a stomp. It's a wiggle. Turn around. A little tickle. It's a stomp. Move your feet. Head on down to Sweet Leaf. Head on down to Sweet Leaf. Head on down to Sweet Leaf.
Dude, man, get on down to Sweet Leaf Emporium and do that Sweet Leaf stomp, man.
Hey guys, it's me, Kippy the Crazy Koala Bear, and I'm here to tell you about James Carlton Insurance.
Kids, quiet down.
It's the best.
Kids, quiet down and listen to Kippy.
Grown-ups need insurance, and Uncle James can help.
Right on.
Grown-ups need insurance. He's got the best reviews on Yelp. Grown-ups need insurance if they want to protect their house.
Yes, sir.
Grown-ups need insurance if they want to properly bury a spouse.
That's a bit morbid.
Grown-ups need insurance if they drive a truck.
Okay.
Grown-ups need insurance just so they don't get...
Whoa, Kippy, you can't...
Well, I was just going to say
cannot.
get in trouble.
Okay, well, it
you
sounded
don't
like you
wanna
were going
get
to
in trouble.
sounded like you were going to say something else. James Carlton, State Farm Insurance. You can find him online at carltoninsurance.net, or you can call him at 314-961-4800.
Native hemp inside of me. 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 I got 1,800 milligrams going real good down my throat. When I wake up in the morning and I need a pick-me-up, well, I grab my bottle of native hemp and I splash it on my tongue. Lap, lap, lap. Native hemp inside of me. Native hemp inside of me. Native hemp inside of me. Native hemp inside of me.
Native hemp extract available at HoosierSophisticate.com. Enter code HOSO, H-O-S-O, at checkout for an additional 30% off. Welcome back, Hoosier Sophisticate Show.
Yes.
It's true.
I popped a string.
Oh, on the other one.
The alcohol feels so good though. All right, sorry guys, I did it again.
Welcome back, ladies and
the
gentlemen,
fourth wall.
non-binary sentient artificial intelligence, to the second hour of the Hoosier Sophisticate Primetime Show, joined by Brennan England, proprietor of the Cola Lounge, St. Louis Cannabis Club. We're having fun. We're talking cannabis. Leading into the break, we started talking about social equity, and it's an incredibly important conversation. I don't know that there were really, well, based on what Lyndall Fraker said in a recent interview with Grown In, there was really, they don't see it as a problem that many minority businesses were granted licenses. He said that the law didn't really call for that. They don't see it as a problem with the DHSS. And that's just one aspect of social equity. I think, leading into what we're all thinking about for a ideal recreational bill, a lot of people want to see some provisions in there that also expunge a lot of nonviolent cannabis penalties, which...
Can we please?
I mean...
And maybe say sorry?
That is incredibly important, but I want to talk about kind of what social equity means as far as, what we're looking for when we're having the social equity conversation.
Yeah, well, I mean, swing that back around. So I think one of the biggest pieces that is important and at the anchor of social equity and inclusion issues is representation, right? And it's a word that gets hot keyed a lot, but representation is at the anchor of what cultivates more opportunity. And so if, it's the same thing that we've kind of seen with, for children, it's what happens whenever a black child gets to see a black superhero, you know what I'm saying? Where before there was this social construct that was put in place that just said this was a realm for all of these people, and maybe we had like that one token black guy, but for the most part, this is a realm for white people, you know what I'm saying? And so inclusion means that whenever I see this project, I see that I am someone like myself, or maybe not like myself, is involved, and so, and representation means that. And so for me, at the core of it, what we see in cannabis culture, I gotta adjust a little bit for this, is that historically, minorities have been at the receiving end of the negative stereotypes of cannabis use. We didn't even get the Cheech and Chong type culture. We got, weed ends to 8 balls and crack game. And so for us, the amount of inclusion, obviously we've had our Dave Chappelle's and shit, we can talk about the people we have that. But point is that we have to have a space where whenever we are, let me ground myself. So whenever we have things like these tropes that are put out by businesses and by corporations, the Colt 45s and the Jim Beams and like these projects that have like obvious demographics they're trying to reach. Cannabis is tricky because they need us, people, minorities. They need us on the forefront because they know that you can't really talk about cannabis culture without including minorities. And so that's why there are the tropes of Bob Marley and the Rasta Man with the joint and all these things, because we are included whenever it's tropic, but not necessarily whenever it's fiscal. And that's what the adjustment that has to happen in the lens culturally and corporately is that we can't just be in the dispensaries. It's like you can't just look and see black representation serving you behind a bud bar. It's the black representation and the minority representation, the gay representation, the female representation in the corporate realms, And I was fortunate enough to be featured on Missouri Greenway magazine on their cover this year, and the entire edition was about ones to watch in the industry, and they included me in that, and I was appreciative. There was a social justice piece that was in this. The interesting thing was though, that out of the ones to watch, there were over 20-something. There were only 2.5 people of color. There were 3 people of color, you know what I'm saying? And what that does is that is not representation for anyone that's looking to aspire to get in, right? It also doesn't change the expectation of the people that are already in these ranks and who they're looking for, you know. And these are the same drums that we've beat through things like, you know, what was the whenever they try to get people into jobs because of their race, what's it called?
Affirmative action.
Affirmative action, right. It's like we see these types of things that are beat, you know, we beat the drum in so many ways on like having to include minorities into the fold. And it's like, no bullshit. Look at incarceration rates. Look at how statistically, you know, that I'm 4 to 5 times more likely to be in jail for the same offense just because of the color of my skin. You know,
and the length of the sentence will be exponentially higher typically.
It's like, so when you look at these things, it's like, no, this isn't just something where it's like, I think that, you know, Jamal shouldn't have to worry about his application because of his name.
Right.
You know, this is talking about emancipating centuries of cognitive slavery on both sides of the aisle, of the people that think that these things are okay and acceptable for them to look at people in that way. And then the other side of the people that feel like they have to receive that and own that as who they are, you know? And so, you know, for me, social equity means that it has to be a philosophical shift. You know, it has to look at how the people on the internals are looking at the people that they work with. You know, like I said, like one of the things whenever I'm working on my projects, me being a black male, is I think about, you know, I have certain things that I don't have to think about because I'm a male. And so I'll think about, okay, have I thought about a woman's perspective on this? You know, not because I even think that gender is everything, but it's that I know that inclusion means that I thought about someone's ideas outside of my own, you know? And the people that obviously wrote the laws that put, you know, more black men in jail than white men for the same crimes and have perpetuated these negative stereotypes on minorities for drug use, they're not going to hand us those the right answers. You know, like we have to build those from within, you know? And so, you know, part of it is that we have to be able to send them these demands, you know, and we have to let them know that we're watching and we're holding them accountable for these things on the corporate level. And then the other part is we have to hold ourselves accountable, you know, and we have to use these opportunities as points of dialogue to ask questions about these things that maybe we made assumptions about, you know, and that's on both sides of the aisle, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, does an outright, I mean, a truly free market that is an open licensing process that allows, I mean, really, as long as you meet financial requirements and are able to participate in their testing and tracking guidelines that they set up, a truly free market that allows basically any applicants in, does that solve a bunch of that? Like, for instance, you know, if a primarily minority-owned business is just at the very least, and this is what I've been arguing for all along, is every Missourian should have the opportunity to enter into this economic boon, right? This thing that allows them to sink or swim based on their own business acumen. Does when talking about kind of, you know, being inclusive, but also making sure that you're in contact with, you know, different minority communities, does just allowing people to play by the same guidelines fix a bunch of that? I mean, the culture is most likely going to support the culture. That I think we see that in just about everything. I mean, does that solve a bunch of that without having to try and centrally plan that?
Yeah, you know, that's one of the things that's it doesn't. Do I have a direct answer to what does? No. But I can tell you that, you know, working in the neighborhood that I've worked in and that I've lived in, the main thing that I see is a lot of people will say, well, you know, well, what if we just give all the money to these problems, you know, and we give everyone the same shot? Well, the issue is that equity and equality are not the same. You know, and equity is more complex than having the same resources. Equity means that you have to have the same infrastructure, the same preparation, the same inertia. Equity is generational, even just in your concept of how you can build growth. You know, and so whenever you're looking at how you want to build a business, for instance, if you've come from a culture that tells you that you're not going to have a problem, or that you're going to have or you haven't had, you come from a culture, for instance, let me flip it. In black culture, there's immediately a trigger. If you're going to be a person that's going to want to be an entrepreneur, is, okay, how am I going to move into the market and make myself relevant? How am I going to be respected and honored equally among all other businesses, regardless of my race. And it's like and then you have to be able to showcase that, you know what I'm saying? And so the problem is that you can't build that with just giving someone a packet on what the resources are. You have to build that by a nourishing cultural infrastructure that says that that empowers types of thought. You know, Bob Marley said, you know, emancipate ourselves from mental slavery, only truth will free our minds. Paraphrasing. But part of that is that we have to look at this as a philosophical thing, and that's why resources alone don't, answer don't fix it. Does it help? Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Put it equal to that point, but know that equality doesn't mean equity, and we still got work to do.
That's fair.
You know
That's fair. I feel like that's, to me, it's a logical first step, right? Like, the idea, first and foremost, is to set a set of rules. Here's the rules to participate in this industry. Now go. Can you meet the rules? Great. Okay. Now at least everybody gets to put their business plan together, gets to serve a neighborhood that they're a part of without having to go through some kind of silly fucking lottery. Like, you already have people on Cherokee Street that you've known for 10 years. If you were able to join a team and open a cannabis business, and you were able to meet all the requirements to do it, you would already have people that would be happy to give you patronage. You do with a social cannabis club as it is. So step one to letting communities kind of not only support themselves but also thrive. Like, we see this in neighborhoods where people just take a chance on a neighborhood that's maybe blighted or run down. Like, when given the opportunity to actually get to make it a place where we can all participate in a voluntary exchange of services, money, products and goods. We typically, neighborhoods will rally around one another, and I feel like, given the opportunity, there's so much good that can immediately come of people being able to participate just based on their own business acumen.
Damn right.
I have the money. I meet all the rules. This is my plan for business. If it works, cool. I'm going to keep growing. I'm going to keep serving my community. If it doesn't, someone else might buy me out, or I'll close up shop. But I did it because I had a chance, right? That's step one. Then we can kind of get to the more nuanced planning of this thing, because you said it yourself. I don't think any of us really know what the answer is. We're searching for that answer. So let's have at least as level of a playing field as possible to start.
Wait, I think you got skipped.
I'm all right.
CBD enough CBD for you, bud?
Enough of that native hemp CBD, man. But also just give me an opportunity to serve the family that I've cultivated.
That's right.
For my entire adult life, while you people were throwing people like me in jail. How about that?
Exactly.
How about that? That's my big.
Here's the deal. I love the motto of the Missouri cannabis industry. It's kind of like the homemade model of the Missouri cannabis industry. Almost probably most of the cannabis industries, most of the industry. May the best white man win. It's kind of like, that's how. Okay, president, everything since the dawn of. Yeah, that's a good way to go about things. So I can as a 37-year-old white guy now, I'm like, okay, I got to take a file of everything that's happened through my life and kind of figure this shit out. Because I grew up like in the city. Then I moved to Jeff County, and it was a fucking stark difference. And I'm like, okay, now this is where all the white people went. Okay, Jeff County, I'm like, okay, I never see a person of color ever. Mm-hmm. In my old neighborhood, it was like, well, the apartment's over here, and then the houses over here, and it was kind of fenced off. And we all hung out together. So it was a whole weird dynamic as a child, now reassessing everything, like, okay, it's neighborhood by neighborhood in South City with like knuckleheads and kind of a good little neighborhood here. So where am I now, And I think what I can do, and this is a conversation I'd love to have, is I think on my own terms I can research and find people and say, oh, okay, this person's doing things and they feel good, they're giving off a good energy, a good vibe, whatever it is. I'm connected to some sort of source. Mm-hmm. And this person is too, and they're following their passions, dreams, and things. But I also have to be cognizant of how, there were legit laws destroying people of color's families. Like, that's something I'll never even begin to comprehend. Mm-hmm. So the fact that's first step. Second step is going, oh, fuck. Now, can I do something about it? Can I say, I'm only going to shop at African-American businesses? Because that's what it's like, okay, I guess, bud. You know what? We don't need your help. We appreciate you. Calm down a little bit, bud. So there's a balance there where I just want to support people. And I'm not ignorant to the past. Like, we've been through some fucked up shit. And I was always a kid saying, hey, man, America's fucking number one, dude. We did. Everything's number
Land
one.
Of the free. Right. Land of the free.
Land of the free.
Gold medalist.
Everything's number one about it.
We're, number one in prison.
Yes.
Or in prisoners, number one in homelessness.
Yep.
And now it's
number
like,
one
what?
in debt, national debt.
What does it mean to be an American now? What does it mean to me to be an American? And that still harkens back to freedom and realizing that that's one of the things I love about cannabis is the outlaw oppressive nature of it. It's like, I can say that, that by the definition of oppression, all of us weed smokers, man, together, of all these different creeds and colors and shit, they've been trying to shit on us, man.
But now
And
they're
it
gonna
does unify us.
make
and
tens
we
of
can
millions
stay in where we say you're passionate about your industry. I'll do whatever I can to help you out.
Damn right.
And we're getting to that. COVID. One of the good things about COVID, it's like support your local business on Facebook, and people will come out and do it. I mean, we've seen the biggest transfer of wealth in fucking maybe ever. But also, we're starting to get conscious about that. I feel like we are. And when we have discussions like this, it can only help things get better, hopefully.
Yeah.
And getting the kids together, like when we get all of our kids together and say, they're all like, yeah, okay, this is cool. It's kind of it's the way it is. They're so, they'll absorb the zeitgeist around them.
Oh, yeah.
And we can all kind of make that life better. Because we were talking about it earlier, weed, back when we were kids, was like, dude, my wife and I were talking about it. Getting drunk at a CYC game with all the kids and all the dads, like get hammered, get drunk after work, get hammered. That's what you did. When I thought when I turned 21, 18, 16, when I turned 21, I just drank. I went and got a job, and I drank when I got home from work.
That's what you
And
do.
that's what I did. I had one on the way home from work. I had to fucking deal with the old fucking lady. Oh, hey, bud. We had to deal with the old
stuff going on.
We had to deal with the old lady, deal with the fucking
No
kids,
doubt, man.
drink a bunch of beers,
Come
go
on.
outside in the garage, talk to my neighbor buddy, take up a fucking hobby like woodworking or some shit, and drink myself silly until I started. And weed, the parents who smoked weed, it was always like, oh, fucking Mr. and Wilson, fucking, he goes downstairs and he comes up smelling a little funny, and then he thinks fucking commercials are real funny. Yeah, exactly. He's like crying at this AT&T Southwestern Bell commercial, and you're like, oh, okay, dude, didn't see that coming out of you. He's just ripped, you know what I mean? But it was a secret. We've come a long way. There's still a lot more we can do as people, and being conscious of yourself, I think, is the first step.
Well, I think one of the things that you said that's anchoring is that cannabis really is a conduit for normalizing things like oppression.
Yeah.
So that whenever someone, because this is the thing about privilege. All right, I'm just going to lay this out for everyone here, for every black and white and yellow person that's watching this right now. Privilege is an intersectional thing. Everyone has privileges of different types. Let's talk about teeth. All right. If you have what is considered good teeth,
what?
As I like hold this out of my mouth, then you never have to think about smiling. Think about someone that has what are considered mangled teeth, and that every time they want to express joy, that they have to think about all of the things that make them fearful before they even just get to express joy. So having good teeth, if we could all agree, is a privilege.
Sure.
We don't get to choose that. It's like, fuck, I didn't get to choose that I've got good teeth in my mouth. Don't get mad at me because I've got good teeth.
I think you could do certain things to up
see
the
where I'm
odds
going right
that
now?
you got
Hey,
good
first
teeth.
of all, I have a whole routine to take care of my teeth. It's
Yeah,
very
that's what I'm saying.
expensive.
I think you got-
I buy the $7 toothpaste. I don't
Right.
fuck around with
For real.
teeth.
Well,
the
I get the
freedom,
$1
though,
toothbrush.
There's
and
a
the
freedom that
$7
person
paste.
gets.
So if you have good teeth, perfect example is yes. If you have good teeth, money is a resource that can actually provide you with a better life, right? So money is a privilege to someone that has bad teeth, especially more so than someone that doesn't have bad teeth.
Grab that microphone too, maybe swing it over a little bit.
Yeah.
There you go. Sorry.
Thanks. But yeah, so whenever I talk about this with people, whenever I'm trying to just get people to really get on board together, it doesn't matter what color you are. If you have to smile and it makes you uncomfortable, you are having an adversity on the inside that your brother or sister that doesn't have that doesn't, you know? And so whether you're black or white or whoever, you can say that if I have good teeth, I have a privilege of having good teeth. I have good teeth privilege. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so
I don't know. I think it's someone who has a mangled teeth and they just start going, "Hey, buddy," and you're like, "Motherfucker's got great personality, just fucking fights through it." You know what I mean? Sloth from the Goonies. What is that fucking dude's face with his mouth? He's like 2 teeth, isn't he? Exactly. I love that guy. Remember him?
Yes, I
from the
remember
Goonies. Remember Sloth from the Goonies?
Yeah,
I remember.
so
That's
then,
empowering.
well, it's empowering, but it's also that it's tokenism. You know, like that person has been completely objectified for what they look like, and they've embodied that so that they can even make money on it.
Yeah.
Knowing good and well that
most makeup for him.
Even whenever you double down on that and think about that, many comics actually suffer from severe depression.
Oh, no doubt.
Comedians,
yeah,
they have serious mental health issues.
Yeah.
A lot of them.
Yeah, so just the ability to even try to get to laugh at yourself is pretty hard. But yeah, so going back and dialing it in, right? It's like, so whenever we all come to the table and we all start trying to think about like what are the new conversations to have, you know, like what is the way to really like check how we're dialing into this and be like, whenever we talk about teeth, then we can move out from there, you know, in any direction, whether it be that, you know, if you're transgender and Native American and handicapped and have jacked up grill, you think that you've got the same life, you know, advantages. You know, it's been statistically proven that people with jacked up grills actually have less advancement in life. They're more likely to be clinically depressed, be on antidepressants, just if they can't get their teeth fixed.
Well, shit, I think that's poor people tend to have worse teeth probably too on a percentage-wise. Like then, you know, if your parents are like, yeah, get them braces, get them all that shit. My parents were like, you ain't getting braces, bud. Sorry. Yeah. You're going to have to fucking
and that's
wear
why it's
that.
important for people that have the privilege of money to be compassionate for people that don't. Because it's like, look, you don't even know. It's like, yeah, your parents, you thought it was embarrassing for you to have braces while you were in high school. Imagine not being able to have braces when you're in high school and then you get to try to, you know, whatever point in your life, you know. But anyway, so the point is like, you know, I bring this in and I drop it in as an anchor and when we're talking about equity and social equity, because a lot of times it's hard for people to humble themselves to what they might be walking with that someone else, or what they might not be walking with that someone else is. You know, someone else could be carrying something that you don't even really realize.
Oh, yeah,
you know?
dude.
And that's why I always try to empathetically connect people to joy, because it's like, just think about if you didn't feel comfortable just smiling. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's what it is whenever, you know, a black entrepreneur wants to start a business. You know, it's like, you know, if you're trying to apply to a job in an area where you see no one that looks like you, it's like,
oh
I'm
yeah,
gonna go in there.
I take that shit for granted all the time.
So you know, and so those are the things that whenever we talk about like what can we do, you know, what can you do as white men, you know, advocating for me and asking me, is to think about it in that way, so that whenever you go out and you're navigating conversations with other people, you keep that type of compassion in mind, because then you'll see, yeah, it's not just about black people, it's not just about white people or Asians or whatever, toothless people or transgenders. It's like we can see that intersectionally we all need to find a center in this.
Yeah,
you know, and like if we can honor each one of us individually and humble ourselves to see that people are on a different path, then it's like we're going to build with the right bricks.
Yep. And to the yeet, to the yoink, to that, assholes come in all colors too. You know what I mean? So that's the great thing about assholes. And just people in general. If you try to love everybody, that's what's going to happen.
That's not a saying, Steve.
That's a saying.
Assholes come in all colors.
It's recorded. It's absolutely a saying now.
Now it is.
Hey,
he coined it.
Just to put a bow on everything.
That was
beautiful.
absolutely.
Do you like to eat ass, Steve? I just want to know. Do you like to eat ass?
Do I like to eat ass?
Steve's
No, I
munching
don't, actually.
Right.
If my gal liked it, I would have munch butt all day. 'Cause we got clean. Listen, when the mood's right, I don't want to get into it.
This is the perfect segue.
We got to clean his buttholes in town.
No doubt. This is the purpose. Get a bidet, by the way. You
get a
freaks.
bidet.
You cave dwelling freaks.
That's
rubbing.
such a waste of money.
I was using a baby diaper washer for a while.
Get a bidet. It's the best $100 you'll ever spend in your life. Get a bidet.
Craig, why would I spend $100? I got the shower head with the jet.
I appreciate it. I do too. Get a bidet.
It works pretty well.
I-
That jet, you
I
get that jet up
appreciate
in
it.
there.
There's a whole
And it's
after that
running
first
down
shit
your
of the
legs,
day.
you
Right,
freak.
yeah, get him.
What's
a bit.
wrong
Get
with
him.
him?
Listen,
and poop's
the,
going over the shower head, and then he's showering, a little poop.
I really
particles are
appreciate-
hitting him in the eye.
Yeah, that happens all the time.
I really appreciate the conversation because it's one of those things where people have even approached Steve and I, and I'm like, listen, I'm not going to sit here and have a conversation with my 37-year-old white friend about social equity without somebody who
we
has
get it.
any kind of perspective.
Yeah, so you want to talk about perspective. I wanted to drop this too. I actually was raised for the first part of my life in Jefferson County as one of only 2 dark-complected people in a K through 12 program.
Oh, I bet, dude.
And so, the first part of my life, I spent very much so just trying to acclimate, assimilate, and go under the fucking radar.
Yeah.
I wore Zones jeans, tried to part my hair down the middle with LA looks.
Yes,
You know what I'm saying?
yes.
That's awesome.
Because there was a
was
tokenism
that?
that I was
Come on, bud.
experiencing the entire time where folks were like, Brennan, why don't you join the basketball team? Brennan, you can dance for us, Brennan.
Oh,
It's like,
shit. But
you
you
know,
were a really good dancer and you
I
could
am,
run.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
kinda
he's
hard.
like, you're like,
He's like, I was actually
fuck
great
you
at both of
guys.
those things.
How'd you know that if you asked, I had to do it?
Fuck you.
But yeah, so that's like
Yeah.
For me, my journey started in Jeffco and then flipped to where I moved to the
Gotcha.
South Side. So I went from being like constantly trying to really kind of just fit in with white folks and not be black. This is the other piece. I'm multiracial. My mom's white, my dad's black, and when I was raised by my white mother, she was doing her best by me, but it still hurt because she told me that my race didn't matter. She said, well, Brennan, it doesn't matter what race you are. She said, just look at you. You're beautiful. Listen to you.
She wasn't wrong.
Saying it with the best of intentions, but not
She
understanding
wasn't wrong
what she
about
was
that
saying.
part.
I mean, she was. No, but for real. The part is like, right, she because what she meant was that my race shouldn't matter. Because the only reason she had to say that is that every day I walked outside the door, I was being met by adversities. You know what I'm saying? I was being met by people calling her a nigger lover, by people saying that I was a porch monkey, by saying, you know what a nigger is? Let me show you, because they had to teach me about my color. Because I was being told from the outside that my color didn't matter. So they were like, no, boy, you black.
Yeah.
And so the escapism for me was like, no, I'm not, no, I'm not any of these things. I'm colorblind, but the issue is that creates a vacuum internally of self-identity, like self-worth, that I wasn't able to say, no, I am black. And I should be black for good reasons, not just these reasons that people are telling me, And then when I moved to the city and I was able to kind of like reintegrate, I had a completely different type of abrasion because I had been so assimilated that the black folks were like, boy, I don't know what you are, but you ain't black. They're like, you ain't black. And, because culturally black people have been also polarized within their communities to say anything that is outside of our trope is not us.
Yeah.
And the biggest piece is that they said that, you carry the language and the name of the oppressor. Your mom was white. I had a kid in the 8th grade say, your mom looks like a slave trader. Jonan on me. He's trying to...
And he actually had a picture in a book, and you're
Right.
like, Jesus Christ,
He's like,
that's
damn!
a remarkable resemblance.
You're like, actually, no.
Mom!
You're like, that's my grandma.
Yeah, oh, shit! All right,
Talk
whatever.
about the inner conflict.
Yeah, what? Yeah.
But yeah, he said this because in his mind, he didn't know he's 8th grade kid. He's just trying to make fun of me. But, in his mind, he saw it as, your mom carries the face of the oppressor. Your mom carries all of this stuff to me that makes me uncomfortable. And so as much as he was coming down on me, it was coming down on me as from a place that he thought I was a threat, because he thought that I had things that he didn't. When I lived in the country and these kids were telling me things about myself, it's because they thought that they had things I didn't. They're like, look at this kid. We could talk whatever we want to about him because we're white. We don't have to worry about that. At least we're not black. But when I got to the city, these kids were like, oh, well, look at this dude. He has a white family. So, so it went from people that had a supremacy about them, that they thought they were better than me, to a people that felt an inferiority complex because they thought I was better than them. And so their acceptance wasn't built on, their lack of acceptance wasn't built on the fact that they didn't like me. It was that they couldn't trust me because they felt like I carried things that might hurt them. And obviously I have to carry all this in the same body, right?
Yeah.
From one side to the other. We can do a whole segment on being multiracial. But the piece of it is that because of my dual walk, I am a very potent testimony on what pieces really work, what don't, and where they exist and why. You know what I'm saying? And that's why reverse racism doesn't exist. Straight up, reverse racism does not exist. Now, prejudice exists.
Reverse racism as people being racist against white people? Is that what we're... Okay.
Because prejudice can exist against white people, where a black person can say, I don't like you, I don't trust you because you're white, I might even aggress you because you're white. That's based on prejudice. Racism is a system of racial control and supremacy based on race, which black people can't exhibit because historically they've been at the receiving end of that. So a person of color being reverse tense or aggressive against a white person is the effect of racism. It is a prejudice effect. No, there's no justification for any act of harm or aggression. I'm not saying any of that.
Yeah.
But
Some people are just assholes.
When you look at cause and effect, it's like, well, the prejudice of the black community is based on a fear and a lack of trust in the white community. So it's like chicken or the egg. Well, it's like, well, my mama looks like a slave trader. Well, I see why you think that way. You know what I'm saying? It's like, fuck, as much as this is fucked up, this is the reality that I have to deal with, you know? But it's like, you know, that's part of what, you know, the work that we have to do in this industry is like really kind of like looking at how those tropes still play out and we enable them.
Yeah.
So that, you know, we don't become the receiving end of those things. Like, you don't have to be that dude because your teeth look like that. Like, I don't have to be the token black guy. You know, I don't have to fit that trope. I don't have to dance and sing the thing. You know, and like, that's part of what's cool about cannabis culture is that we are all authentically stoners. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all authentically smoke weed. And so it brings us together to talk about things like this because we build a trust.
Yes.
And I find that in the cola, when I see people that I know on social media, I'll see them coming from two completely different angles where I know that they've got completely different social perspectives on things. I don't fuck with that on social media because the cola is a space for buds to meet, you know? And so people come to the cola, they break down the flower, you know what I'm saying? And I'll see them start to have connections unknowingly to them that they're letting down all of these guards behind them and they're healing all this shit that they don't even know that they have against each other. You know what I'm saying? Just because they want to break down and smoke the flower.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, to soften it and bring it all back around, you know, it's like that's where this has become part of my journey. You know, it's like I get to continue to cultivate experiences for people to break those molds, you know?
For sure.
I love it, brother.
We're all about, 90s kids especially, it was all about trying to fit somebody in a fucking box of who they were and what they stood for. I think the younger generation is straying away from that a little bit, you know, to where we're like, geeks, stoners, freaks, these guys. These guys look like this over here, these guys look like this is what they do. And I think with the connectivity of the world, hopefully, that it says, oh, yeah, like I remember I had a pen pal in Pennsylvania. I was like, stoked, Pennsylvania? That's like 6 hours away? And now my kid's playing video games with people from all over. And then I'll use that as a thing to be like, do you know where that dude you're from is? Like, I got him a map in his room so he could start seeing, oh, shit, that's a pretty far place away. And I'm like, let's connect the youth. So, because I always struggle with that too. Like, yeah, I don't see color. You know what I mean? And then it's like, if I have to, this is something I struggle with sometimes. Real talk. Real talk. You got.
Lay it on me, bud.
Like when I want to describe somebody and there's an African American gentleman or someone of color, I'll be like, the guy in a black shirt and thing, but there's a bunch of white guys around him. It'd be very easy for me to be like, oh, it's the black guy over there, you know? But I'm like, no, I should be better about myself to be like, it's the guy with the hat on and the guy with the pants, you know, to describe something in that era.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, God damn, man. Like, so even sometimes I'm like, man, it's pretty hard for a 37-year-old white guy. But then I'm like,
struggle.
No, it's not. I'm always this whole thing, you know? Yeah, exactly.
Right.
I'm like, man, it's tough. But I'm like, no, it's not, you asshole.
Here's an analogy for you and why your journey matters and why your struggle is real. All right, that's a real conflict. And like, say I set up how much time we got right now?
As much
we
time.
got as much time. We can go.
Much time as we want.
Say I set up a room, classroom, and I put everybody in desks. And for the sake of the exercise, I'm going to be an old white man with a powdered white wig.
Nice.
We got one.
Right? I can put it on right now.
We do.
All right, so say that you so you get into this room, all right, And this old white man, he's like, all right, well, I want all y'all, welcome to America. I want all y'all to sit in these seats. And I want you, straight cis Christian white guy, you're gonna sit in front.
Sweet.
His wife,
Oh, shit.
you're gonna sit right next to him.
Yeah.
We got a white guy. Oh, but he's Irish. No, he's gonna go a couple seats back.
Yeah.
The black guy. Oh no, you go right back behind him. Black woman. Oh, back behind her. And then it's like, then we get to what we'd say earlier, a toothless transgender Native American handicapped person.
Yeah.
It's like, oh no, you go all the way to the back of them. And if you got money, move up a seat. If you got a lot of money, move up a bunch of seats.
Yeah. Or if you want to play some
If
trope.
you got bad teeth, move back a seat. 2 seats if you got bad teeth. But if you got money, you can move back up.
Yeah.
So then Steve sitting at the front of the room, and he's just like, fuck, man, the fan's blowing. The teacher's looking at me. My wife's got it breathing down my neck. All those people are looking at me. Everybody's looking at me. I got my own fucking problems, okay?
Yeah, I am a little bit like that.
He throws it into the bucket, and he's like, please make it. Please make it. You know what I'm saying? But you're still close to the fucking bucket. And then the guy behind you is just like, your wife is just like, yeah, that sounds good, baby, but your arm's in my way. And actually, I didn't even have the chance to vote before this black guy back here. So your arm's really the fuck in my way. I can't see. And then the guy back behind you is just like, the black dude's like, yeah, both of y'all are in my way. So on and so forth, all the way back.
The teacher are going to send them to detection any minute now anyway.
Right, you get to the back of the room. So then he crumples up a piece of paper, right? And he puts a recycling bin in the front. And he says, okay, everybody throw a piece of paper in this basket. And so then everybody crumples it up. You start thinking about your problems. The fan's blowing. He's watching. Everybody's watching. Brother behind you is like, fuck, his head's in my way. Then the person behind that is like, I got some money. I'm going to get back up in front of both of y'all. You're pissing me off. You know what I'm saying? So all of those things are valid struggles. Yeah. They're intersectional, and that we all are experiencing it from a different module. And we just have to have the compassion for each other to understand that we all got our own shit in this, but it doesn't mean it burns the same or that we have the same stick in it. It's like someone, I'm sure if you talk to someone that is missing a leg, if you bitch about hurting yourself when you're running, they're not going to be like, fuck you.
Yeah.
They're like, no, you got your own problems, bro. Like, obviously it's not my problem. But
they might say fuck me for something else that I've done. No doubt, dude. That's a great way to put it, man.
So it's like, where you're at is where people got to be. And so it's like, how do we fix that? And it's like, well, the basket's in the front of the room.
Yeah.
The basket is the goal, right? And it's like, so what do we do about this? And some would say, we put a basket next to every table and we give everyone it's a basket. Or
welcome to communism, bud.
Right. Or maybe we rearrange the room. Maybe we put the basket in the center and we put everybody in a circle.
Does the fucking white guy at the head of the room be like, hey man, let me go sit back a little bit and make things more equal? Like, is that something that I feel like I want to spend my money at businesses where I do feel like, because I think the war on drugs has dramatically affected people of color. It's crazy not to see that as people who are opening up luxury dispensaries while people are still in jail over this shit
for life.
So how do I do that? And it's not like if I spend my money in the African American community, I'm sure some within that, I think as a white guy, I'm like, I'm helping. But then they're like, no, Jerry's a fucking asshole over here. Don't give your money to him. So to bring it back to the classroom thing, it's like, if all of us fucking eat mushrooms in the woods together and then come back into the classroom, I feel like there's a better chance where we're like, yeah, we're going to fucking move the seating around and I'm going to walk a mile in your shoes, you're going to walk a mile in mine, and we're going to maybe pass this thing around. This is a cool school. It's a really
neat school.
It's a really neat school.
Let's burn a fucking heater right
But
here.
then we'll all figure out, oh, you're a musician? The best way to get that thing in the thing is you play these synth waves, and it actually raises the ball on frequencies. Oh, dude, you're a farmer. You're going to plant this plant with a spring in its step, and when you know what I mean?
I actually don't. I have no idea.
I'm saying everybody has a special talent, guys. And
that was a very
no idea what you're saying.
I'm saying when machines take over eventually, we'll all be able to really accept each other.
I gave up and
we need to
checked
start
out a while
looking
ago.
at each other as us against the machines, A. And B, with all of our little talents together, I think we're learning more about each other on that way, and that's helping us connect to where, you know, we're all putting in our own little special sauce when it comes to getting that ball in the can, you know?
All right.
Whether it be I was just, remember that thing we saw?
Yeah, no, you brought it all together for me.
You did that?
You did. You put a bow on it. You put a bow on it.
And we haven't even got to the weird stuff yet.
No, I guess we're going a little long tonight. Here's what we ought to do.
Yep.
I think we ought to play.
Break again?
Seth will play commercial break 1 on this one, and
we have another guest.
We have another guest. We have a game that I really want to play.
Oh yeah, we'll bring the guest on, play the game.
That was
and then
like,
talk for.
I appreciate having a heavy talk, but also like so eloquently put, bud. I really,
dude, you're
appreciate
great.
The way that because it
Like
is
the way
all
you-
about perspective, and I'll tie it into one of my passions with psychedelics. One of the best things about when people want to share their psychedelic story with me or something like that is typically that is one of the most intimate moments that they've had. And when you have these intimate moments, you're searching for words that not only give the experience shape, but define it. And that's super difficult with our clunky ass language. But typically what happens is you find a way, you make it an allegory, you find a way to equate it to everyday experience or somewhat, you know, give it that fourth dimensional
relatability.
I guess, you know, what I'm saying is that you take the experience and you try and put it in layman's terms, right? And the people that are best at that advance this thought. And when you can take because from a cis white male who figured this out over the last few years, when people are saying something is affecting them negatively, that doesn't mean that I am being attacked. That isn't an attack of my character. It's something that they are experiencing. And, you know, I saw it when a bunch of people who I loved were crying out about an experience that they are having, and it had reached a boiling point, you know? And this has happened generationally. Like, there have been several of these boiling points throughout history. And finding ways to hear something that don't make it feel like an attack is how we end up having a conversation with enough depth that we actually come to some kind of understanding. And I think you did a really good job at that.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, it was.
So, all right.
I enjoy these conversations.
I do
'cause
too.
It's like, it's tough.
I do too,
I
but-
mean, it's not really tough for me. I'll say anything. Like, I feel like I'm comfortable. We're all comfortable that my heart's in the right place. If I do say something that's stupid, it's like, oh yeah, dude, and I'm learning all the fucking time from different perspectives. I think that's the only fucking way to do it. Like, I love talking to people from different countries too, and just trying to sit in their shoes for a minute and be like, because a lot of people are like, America sucks. If you talk to somebody who's like worked their way from another country who really had it shitty, they're like, dude, America's pretty fucking awesome. So I'm like, you're right, dude. I need to go watch The Patriot again.
All right, let's go to commercial break. When we come back, we got to get to some dick jokes. So kids,
I know,
no
I know.
longer
I'm sorry.
put the kids to bed. We got a game called Acts of Insanity.
This is gonna be good.
It's basically adult charades. So it's like charades meets
Charades, actually.
What's the Cards Against Humanity? Kind of,
Charades
along those
Against
lines.
Humanity.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So let's go to commercial break, and on the other side we'll have a little bit of fun.
Hell yeah.
Let's do this thing.
Oh, hey. It's Adam McChesney with Ms. Marketing. We specialize in lead generation, filling your pipeline, and taking care of your payments. Give us a call today.
Adam from Ms. Marketing took me from 10 leads to 300 leads in a month, and I became the strongest boy in the school.
Girl, you know, Bungeon Property Group doesn't just sell houses, they sell dreams. You know when the best time to talk about dreams is? In the middle of the night. That's why Bungeon Property Group is famously open 24 hours a day, so you can whisper sweet nothings in the middle of the night. Oh yeah. Tell me all your dreams of white picket fences, in-ground pools, and I'll find them for you. In an area with a low crime rate, general proximity to nice parks, walking distance to the grocery store, easy access to the highways. A place where you can offer a quality education to your children, all while feeling safe in your front yard while they play. Let me talk that dream house talk to you. Let me be your dream realtor. Adam Andre.
Hey, DJ Shabba.
Hey, ladies.
Yup, yup, yup.
I'm gonna smoke a little weed, boy.
I wanna grow some trees, boy.
When I grow all the weed that I smoke,
And I blow all the trees that he grows.
and I smoke all the weed that I grow.
And I grow all the trees that he smokes.
Well, I'm growing and I'm smoking.
So I go see Bo.
And I'm smoke what I grow, yeah.
Grow active solution.
And I'm growing the hydro.
Bo knows hydro.
And I'm growing the hydro.
Grow active solutions.
Bono hydro. Bono hydro. Bono hydro. Bono how to grow. Bono how to grow.
Grow active solution.
Bono how to grow.
Grow active solution.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, non-binary, sentient artificial intelligence, to the Hoosier Sophisticate Show. It's time to have some fun. We're about to play a little game. Everybody seems to have some fun. Tag a friend who's into some really crass sophomoric humor. We are going to be thrown into the pits here of the acts of insanity. Brennan, to give you a little rundown, this is how the game goes. We have to draw one of each of the colors. One is an action card, one's a character card, one is a location or an object card. Got a little timer here. You have to act out a charade to get everybody or get your teammates to guess what it is that you are. Think the cards are very much like Cards Against Humanity, so it's going to put you in some weird situations.
Craig and I are team captains.
And we're team captains. Here we go.
Rock, paper, scissors for first pick.
Okay.
Have you seen that tuner anywhere?
No.
Okay. Rock, paper, scissors. 1, 2, 3, shoot.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, shoot.
All right.
Bam. I get the first pick. I'm gonna go. Brennan.
All right. I got. Oh man. All right. I'll take Seth.
Wait.
Damn it.
Am I playing?
Hold on, let me make sure I got this right because I'm hella hot. So,
Wait a minute. Is Jason playing?
Yeah, Jason. I got Jason.
I'm taking Mikey. Yeah, hell
I
yeah.
got the two new guys.
All right, here we go.
I have no clue what's going on. Am I playing?
Yeah, we're
Oh,
playing.
yeah.
All right, so I'll let Steve start with his team. He picked first. He gets to go first. And here we go,
I
guys.
also brought my new
All
card.
right, here's the game. We got some music for the game. No?
No.
Okay, cool. Way to go.
Oh, like this?
All right, here we go. There we go. All right, I gotta get 3 cards out of here. Take them from the middle. Get him. Get him. Get him. Get him. Get him. All right, so you guys will be. Jason, we need you. You're on my team. Jason, we need you. You're on my team.
All right.
We're having a game.
We got a little.
Guys.
Got a little hourglass, a minute
You
glass.
guys gotta stand over there. You guys stand over there with them.
Minute
Stand
glass.
over there.
I'm gonna.
I don't know. I don't. Craig lost your tuner. Fuck him, man. I know, dude.
Your tuner?
Yeah.
I only play the xylophone around here.
Yeah, that's yeah.
All right,
It was probably me.
Steve-O, here's your.
There's a timer. My team's disheveled right now. My team is they're touching each other.
Here we go.
There's probably maybe back there. All right, guys, you guys go over there. You have to put water in this. There was a lighter here, you know.
I got one here.
She's got one over there. All right, here we go. All right.
Hey, this is live air, bud.
I'll just do it over. I'll do it. You guys, all right, you guys coming out. They're coming out.
Hey.
There's my team. There's my team. Come on, everybody. Say a round of applause for my team.
What?
All right, here we go. Here we go.
You dirty.
I gotta pick the right ones. I could have been doing this the whole time. Okay.
What's going on?
I got 3 cards, and I'm gonna act them out, and it's something ridiculous. You just gotta keep throwing out what you think I'm doing. It's gonna be dirty shit.
Dirty?
Yes, dirty
Like,
shit.
oh, yeah.
Like
really
yeah.
dirty. You said you hit a lighter.
Okay. Jesus.
It's
All
like
right,
a
this is
it's
tough-
like a person, an
this is
action, and
tough
a
poll, guys.
what is it? A person, an action,
Oh
and
my
what
God.
else?
It's a character card, an action, and a object.
Okay,
Location
fine.
or object.
Okay, I got it. Okay. Oh Jesus. Oh my God.
Get that. Hallelujah.
All right. Oh Jesus. All right, start my timer. Jesus Christ.
I might have buzzed off.
This is never gonna get done.
Let it buzz at you.
All right, ready, go.
Doggy style. Jerk face. Feral. Perv. Perverted. Horny.
Yes.
Horny goat. No wait.
Alien.
Okay.
Horny alien.
You're getting it.
Lawnmower.
Horny alien. Wow.
What?
Backhoe. Horny
Wow.
alien.
Yeah, keep
Backhoe. Bulldozer.
Yes! Yes! All right.
Booty.
Ass frog.
SWAT. Paddles. Hazing.
Hazing.
Horny aliens bulldozing.
Haze.
Haze. Bulldozing.
So
Who hazes?
Who hazes?
Hazing frat boys? Hazing.
You gotta say the whole thing.
Horny aliens hazing frat boys? Wait. Horny aliens bulldozing frat boys?
Boys?
Horny aliens bulldozing.
Is it gonna work the last one?
Frat boys? Frat sororities? Sorority girls? Wait.
Fraternity.
Hazing?
Yes.
Oh, he did it! They did it!
Holy fuck.
I mean, they didn't get the last word.
What was the
What
last
you got?
one? Horny
Hazing
aliens
event.
bulldozing at a fraternity's hazing event.
Oh,
I think
nice
that's
job.
a fraternity's Yeah. hazing. I
don't
think you
know how I
guys
was gonna get him
got.
to
Show
say
the
that.
camera. Here we go.
I can't believe you guys got
Come
that.
on. Yeah, I mean,
can't
that's so
believe
close.
You got
guys
the good.
got
You
that.
got the goods on that. The first two were easy. But the rest of that was. There you go. Oh yeah.
So
I think that counts.
me and Mike are guessing.
You're gonna
man.
guess.
Good
what?
job, team. Let's
We need
do
to-
this shit. Yeah, boy.
Need some more shit on
I
that
fucking hate some fucking
Horny aliens. I'm gonna bulldoze some horny aliens, bud. Who's your champion, bud?
Oh, I'm going.
Who's your champion? You got these two guessing for you. Good luck.
I'm just taking 3.
Good. Oh, there's no way.
Goddamn.
There's no way.
Me and Mike fucking
you're
killed
right,
it
there's
last
no
time.
way.
There's no way.
Alright.
You can't do it. There's not enough gems in there.
These are random.
They're
Bud.
random, bud. It's a
don't
tough
guess
game.
Oh,
Don't be peeking.
I probably saw those other ones.
Right where you need to
No,
be.
yeah, I probably saw the ones in my pile. The other ones.
Just trying to keep it together. I was like, keep it together, bro.
We are
I can't
live.
believe you guys got that. When
I know.
first saw
Tell
that,
us
I was
about
like,
some of
no
our
way.
great
Guys,
sponsors.
James Carlton makes this all possible.
He does?
He
Why?
does. And the bottom line is what he wants to do is he wants to sell you insurance. And also, he probably wants to murder you in cold blood.
Yep.
But the best defense against being murdered in cold blood is getting James Carlton insurance. All your insurance needs. You have people and things that you love. And the best thing that could happen if you were to possibly be murdered in cold blood is that your family would at least have a nice policy on you so that they could live out the rest of their days.
You should check out James Carlton Insurance, 314-961-4800.
Darkest
He's going to save you some money. Or possibly kill you.
It's a very dark labrador.
All right.
Boo, Craig's team. Boo. Everyone boo.
All right. Here we go.
Just kidding. Best of luck, guys.
Yeah. All right.
Mike's ready to start guessing.
Let's
He's like,
go
I'm ready to
today,
guess things.
bud, today.
He's
I
crouching.
don't wanna play
He's like
through this
stretching
sauce.
out.
Yeah, we can't. We'll play
Yeah, we can't say
A line?
Trump.
Oh, okay.
That was total Trump.
Trump, tummy tuck,
CPR.
tummy tuck,
Given
Pushing.
belly dancing.
Belly
Bulimic.
throw up.
He's got a eating disorder.
anorexic, throwing
Purging.
up, alien,
Gets
stomach,
intestines.
sucking in, pushing in.
What?
Is he got a fucking goddamn when you
Pumping,
fucking
pumping.
pumping, yeah.
Alien, or what was the first word?
Trump
pumping.
Trump pumping, President Trump.
Fucking.
His ass.
Oh, what the hell?
Fucking plumber.
Oh,
Trump pumping
Plumber
plumber.
crack.
Jesus Christ.
A plumber in the ass.
Plumbers.
President Trump,
Trump.
Okay.
Pumping.
who's still your president,
Pumping.
is pumping
Not just.
Pumping stomach.
abdomen.
No! You can't say one of my fucking pumping. Just because you
President
said
Trump.
Pumping.
Pumping.
It's
not pumping.
Pumped.
Okay, no.
Pumping his
Plumber. Pumping.
ass pipe.
Where's the time?
God,
We got time.
You're
We
going
got time.
You got plenty of
man,
time.
This is
Say it full. Say the whole thing,
Trump.
guys.
Trump is pumping his naval
Abdominal.
cavity.
Pumping.
I don't remember what we said now.
It's this thing. Stomach. Abdomen.
Yes!
Abdomen.
Fuck! Okay? No! Jesus Christ!
These are your champions. These are your champions.
Tell me you guys know what it is. What is it?
Stomach pumping.
Jesus.
Time.
Stomach pumping. Oh.
Donald Trump. Stomach pumping. Inside of plumber's crack. You had all three.
Yeah, you did. At one point, you had all three.
Then that means we win.
No,
No, you had to put them all together. All right,
it's like playing cards with my brother's kids.
All right, I'll continue giving clues unless you want to give clues.
Hey, I got Trump right away.
Okay. This game's kind of difficult to understand from the get-go. Or if you take a few cards, you can kind of put one together yourself.
Might as well. It's a show.
Yeah, here, I'm gonna give these to you.
Matter than a fucking wet hen.
They got you, bud. Here, I'm gonna give these to you. I didn't look at it. You want to do? You're gonna do it this time. So just pick one of each color, whichever one your favorite.
Craig's like a dad at a little league game when his
I
kid's
don't wanna
getting his
see 'em.
ass
I don't
kicked.
wanna see 'em.
Damn it, kid!
You're
Come on!
We're guessing.
Get up!
So
I'm
don't
leaving your
show
mother.
us. Pick one of each color that you find to be the funniest statement.
Wait, so it's not blind? I get to actually look at them?
You get to look at all
just
those.
for the sake of posterity here, so you.
It's a show, you know. We're not like at a
It's
party.
pretty difficult
Like,
to grab
we're doing a
random
show,
things.
so might as well
Yeah,
try
you
to make
can,
it.
yeah.
All right. Oh, this one will be
Everything on TV's
it'll
fake.
be hard, but it'll be funny.
That's what she said. I don't know what girls say.
Not me.
Still figuring it out.
Still figuring out what girls say?
Yeah, I don't know.
I know what girls like. I know what they want. I know what girls like. I know what they want. I know what.
Oh my God.
This is the worst acid trip I've ever had.
Okay.
The spinners.
Let's see. This is gonna be this one and this one and.
You'll be able to put it together in like a sentence. Yeah.
I got it.
Okay, and you'll flip that timer when you're ready to go.
I don't know why I did this.
All right, we're up 1-0. Let's go.
All right.
Ducking down. Peeping, peephole, looking through glory hole, looking through, putting a knife in your pocket. You're grabbing, you're saying, "Hey, what's up, man? Little guy, little person, ring finger, ring, the Lord of the Rings, ring,
Hobbit.
little hobbit,
Got that one. Next.
Hobbit. A hobbit sitting, smoking. Okay. He's drawing. He's drawing
All right,
something. He's coloring. Oh, he's grabbing a loaf of bread and he's icing a cake. He's grabbing somebody else. He's putting something. He's got some, what is that?
Signing something.
Oh, little paint dots, little intricate painting on glass. Little hobbit tattooing.
Hobbit tattooing.
Don't you fucking dare.
Well, we all
Your
have
butthole.
this one. It's
Your
okay.
diarrhea. Brown hemorrhoid. A hobbit tattooing a hemorrhoid. That's my dude right there. That's my dude. That's the team right there. What?
Oh, that was
Greg is so
Hey,
let down.
What?
We're fucking y'all up.
Oh,
Look at that time. Look at that time. Look at that time.
Wow.
It's all right.
Wow. This team better get it together, folks.
Can you believe that?
Do you believe in miracles?
I'll go. I'm not getting
All
mine
right,
out of the way.
okay, here we go. This is a game changer here. Because if you guys don't get this one, you're mathematically eliminated.
That was fair.
But we'll just keep going because.
No, it's already late. I gotta get up early tomorrow.
Yeah, we got a show Tuesday through Friday.
Dang.
Monday
7
mornings.
a.m.
From
Come
7
on,
a.m.
Scotty, baby. Let's see
10.
what you got there, baby.
What's the text line saying?
Rodenfuhrer. Show me those cards. That was ultra fast.
This
oh,
is
yeah.
insane.
Good
These are
job,
so.
Brennan.
Yeah, that was ninja fast right there.
We're the king.
Some of these are absolutely.
Right? I'm like, no.
I'm like,
why would I do that
what?
to myself? But then you find yourself.
This is
grabbing
so
that
difficult.
card.
I
You're
don't
like,
believe
how do I
you.
do that?
They said
They don't believe Brennan. Where are the cards? They don't. But why wouldn't you believe
Oh, I didn't show the cards, did I?
Oh no, he didn't. Good call.
Oh,
Of
shit.
course you would say that. That's your wife saying that on the text line.
Is it?
Hey, that's a good call on their part. Shows they're watching.
Great call, honey. I love you, honey. Good comment, honey.
Man, I mixed them all in, so I can't
That's,
find
oh! You mixed them all in. This could be a controversy of the year right here.
I know. We're going to have to recount the votes.
Shit.
Oh, did I?
Oh, they just came in.
Here we go.
All right. Are we ready?
Let's do a recount.
I think I've had one of these before. It doesn't matter. Are we ready? Are we doing this?
We're
Are you
ready.
guys
We
ready?
gotta
You
flip
pumped?
this
Are you
thing.
ready?
Flip
You
your
go?
timer,
Ready to
bud.
go? All right.
Nurse, baby, old person. Nursing.
Nursing, baby,
Cradle,
carrying a baby,
rocking, old cradle the grave.
old time cradling, old time
All right, come on.
Not looking good.
walking, old,
Hobbled,
hobbled,
handicapped,
cane,
crippled.
cradling, cradle baby, bassinet,
rocking,
rocking
I
chair,
have
old
no
rocking,
idea what you're saying.
old walking,
A person, an old person,
an old person,
No!
a horny old person,
He keeps
a horny,
a nipple, a horny, a
torture.
nipple.
I don't know. I'm rubbing my nipples. I'm rubbing my nipples.
We're watching an implosion happen at the rate of an hour.
Okay, so turning on.
Quit thinking so fucking hard.
Okay, here we go. Rocking, nursing,
Rocking,
fucking, old
walking,
person.
old walking.
Damn it!
Rock, cradling, and then
Old person cradling, old person walking.
Can I give him this one? Mother of fucking God! Think about your family. Think about families.
Oh yeah, baby.
Baby. And then
okay, yeah.
time goes by.
Grandpa. Grandma.
Yes!
Grandma.
Grandma!
Okay, here we go.
Grandma.
Hurry up, we got time's cooking here.
Grandma rubbing nipples. Grandma rubbing nipples. Grandma washing. Grandma washing. Grandma licking. Grandma.
Yeah, but that's because.
Grandma.
Grandma's wet.
Grandma's
Sizzling.
She's ovulating. Grandma is ovulating.
Lactating. Grandma is.
Grandma's pumping. She's fucking.
Grandma's turned on. Grandma's turned on.
She's sexy. It's a sexy fucking grandmother. I don't know.
Sexiest to this guy.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
My God. And she's anally. No, it doesn't matter.
Oh my
It
God.
sucks.
automatically eliminated.
I was like a mother.
Last one's worth 2 points.
A mother growing old and becoming a grandmother.
Wow,
And she's
I was
sexy.
not getting that. I got
You are definitely into evolutionary biology when you took me through the life to death cycle to say grandma for fuck's sake, bud.
Everyone is
then he
thinking
kept
so
pointing
hard,
at
like,
you.
oh, you're a horny, masturbating, old lady man.
We're getting our asses whooped.
Yeah, you just gotta have one of each color.
I never fucking claimed to be good at this.
Well,
yeah, you proved it.
I'll tell you,
You proved it.
if my life depended on it, I would have never felt so hopeless.
Oh man, that's tough. It's tough watching you guys for real. It's just kind of even from the
Painful.
corner.
Painful.
It's actually one of the greatest joys of my life.
Everybody on the
Yeah,
text line is
yeah.
was saying grandma.
No, they were saying that right as they got it when I was watching it, so they did say it before.
I don't know what
Mike's
grandmothers
gonna tie this
do.
up. You guys are gonna strike out here.
That's
Mike's
all you're
gonna
gonna
tie
hope for,
it
and then we
up.
got a sudden death between me and you.
Fine,
Oh my
God.
We're gonna wrap this up in a second.
All right.
I can't do an impression of just a very vague person like grandma, post off.
I can't do these.
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can. Let's go. Act it out. Let's go.
Oh my God, this is
Act it out. Here we go.
You
Get
just
on
gotta
this
pick
camera.
one of each color. You can't make a phrase out of those.
Oh my God, they're insane.
You ready for this?
It's acts of insanity.
Yeah, it's acts of insanity, bud. Oh, you're good. How dare you? I need to focus right now. Anyway, no, but seriously.
I think.
Yep.
All right, Jason. Here we go. Take us on a journey, bud. I want to see a Daniel Day-Lewis performance here.
All right, that's it. Yeah, you gotta come up a little closer though.
See it.
You guys want any particular
Guy getting naked. Old horny man getting naked.
All right, here we go.
Oh, he's switching out. He's switching one out there at the end. You gotta have one of each color. Are you understanding what's the process?
You gotta have a white, a green, and a black.
Are you? Do you have a black one?
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Do they have to be in any order?
You make them the order you want them to be. That makes sense. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
All right, then flip that when you're ready to go.
Okay.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, play at home. Let's see.
Stiff. Oh.
Rising. Getting up in the morning. Coffin.
Frankenstein.
Yeah. Vampire.
Dracula.
What the fuck? Inflatable. Blow up doll.
Let's go.
What in the fuck? What in the fuck? I gave you a timeline of a.
That's my cereal, bitch. That's my cereal.
Go silly. Go silly.
Can't talk.
You're saying that
Hey,
is.
Steve.
You can't talk. You can't talk.
You can't talk?
No.
Richard Simmons. Richard Simmons.
No way. How the hell do you do that?
A lisp? A person with a lisp?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well,
He's trying to build on that.
And
so what was the first one? What was the first one? Okay, a blow-up doll with a lisp.
Oh,
No.
we're back in this.
the
boys.
first one's right.
We
The
are back.
Blow-up
second
doll.
one was-
All right, what's the last one? What's the last one?
Gay blow up doll?
Oh, there we go. What do you say?
No.
Finger in your asshole. Finger play with your balls. Play with your balls. Play with your nutsack. Jerk it off.
Itching your balls. Itching?
Itching, scratching. Oh my god. Orgasming?
Oh, no, that's a click.
Oh, getting an erection. Tickling your nuts. Tickling your balls. Tickling your ball sack. Tickling your shaft. Tickling the shaft. The underside of your shaft. Tickling the underside of your shaft. A blow-up doll. Oh, okay, that's your shaft. And the underside of your dick. Tickling.
Oh, you're done.
Tame?
You're done in this town.
Okay, so check this out.
We're about to come back, brother.
A blow-up doll.
Dick
Dick
tickling.
tickling.
Make sure you show the
A
camera.
lisping cheerleader.
Oh.
Oh, shit.
Uh-oh.
Go silly.
Yes. Man, we thought something.
One cheerleader that's had to say, go silly. That's our next shirt. That's our next shirt. Go silly. Okay.
All right, Chris.
That was great. Okay, you guys got to tie it up here. This is huge.
Hey,
This
where do I
is
pick
huge.
from the box?
You can take.
I'm kind of
This
out
is
of my
huge.
clues now.
Oh,
Grab a
man.
black and white and a green. You
That
can
was
take a
great.
few of
Glove
each.
that was perfect.
I can't believe you
Glove
got
that.
that.
Was perfect.
There's no way anybody's still on board for this, are they? Here we go.
Oh, we got the most viewers we've had all night. Everybody loves Go Silly, and they're laughing. They said tickling the shaft, tickling the clit. Erection! Someone yelled, it's an erection, you moron!
I thought prostate exam was my first guess. All right, Mike.
All right, Mike.
Bring us home.
Let's
Bring us home, Mikey boy. All right, we got Mike.
This is
up
where
here.
we tie it up, boys.
I don't think so.
Oh, I know so.
I don't think
Have
so.
you ever seen Mike give clues?
Yeah, he's good. He's
Yeah,
the
we're
best.
about ready to
He's the
fucking
best.
take it
I'll
down.
say he's
We're in the
Jack
red zone,
Clark.
kid. Here we go. All right, y'all ready?
This is tense.
Yeah.
Beard.
Beard.
Chin. Neck.
What is that?
Hair. Hairy.
Hairy face.
Hairy.
Oh, wow.
Hairy ass.
Hairy asshole.
Hairy.
Hairy.
Hairy ass cheeks.
Hairy butt.
Hairy.
Hairy butt cheek.
Behind.
You already
Hairy
said
ass.
it,
Whoa, whoa.
Hairy ass. Hairy ass. Hairy ass cheek. Hairy.
Hairy ass crack. 5, 6.
Hairy ass counting.
Hairy multiple asses, so hairy asses. Okay.
Hairy asses. Okay.
How would he get into that?
Hug. Snuggling. Cuddling. Hairy
Sleeping.
asses.
Comfortable.
Spooning.
Spooning.
Hairy asses
Hairy asses
spooning.
spooning.
Hairy asses spooning. Skipping.
A river dancer.
Rain dance. Native
Square
American.
dancing.
So you gotta give me a minute.
Square dancer. A cowboy square dance. Oh, what the
Put it all
fuck?
together.
Okay.
Hairy asses. What was the one?
Hairy asses
Hairy asses.
spooning. Square
Spooning
dancers.
square dancers.
Hairy asses spooning.
Spooning
Square
square
dancers.
dancers.
Yep. Square
Dancing.
Yes.
Square dancers.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Did we win or not?
Boo. They tied it up. All right. All right, we're going to have to say
Now the
time.
pressure's
Look at all that
on,
time.
It's sudden death.
Now the pressure's
It's
on
sudden
sudden
death.
death.
Yeah.
So
So if we get it first, we win.
get the fuck on somewhere.
Okay, you guys ready for this? This is big time. I am actually going to start a clock too with the timer because we're just going to go on by the time you get it. Okay, the timer is out. This is just how quick you get it because that'll be the deciding factor.
Oh,
it's not sudden
this
death.
could be fucking rich.
So here's the timer. Do I put it up somewhere so they? Sure.
I can't look away from the train wreck, but that's what makes it great. That's what somebody said on the
Hey, be careful. Put us
text line.
because we're gonna have to grab from those cards.
Oh, we'll be good. I'll make it good. I'll make it good. All right, guys, pull your heads up, okay?
Oh, I'm ready. I'm here.
We've been getting better all night.
I feel like you guys shit the bed pretty hard last time.
It was pretty rough.
That was rough.
It was embarrassing
Yeah.
for everyone involved.
You guys, abdomen, pumping abdomens, pumping. I know pumping,
I was like.
pumping.
Fuck.
This will be the greatest 3-card pull in the history of this game.
Well, bring it then, Chief.
You guys ready? Start the timer.
Here, come over this way. I think I see you guessing.
Yeah.
You guys better put your thinking caps on for this one. This one
Yeah.
gets a little
Let's
deep.
go.
All right, you guys ready? I'm gonna hit the timer now, and begin.
Coke, snorting coke.
Yeah.
Alpha-2,
Ooh,
wait.
drug use.
Drug use. Nice.
Bucking Bronco, donkey, jackass. Drugs, drug mule, drug pack mule, drug mule.
Drug mule. Okay.
Wiping ass, drug mule. Steve Elgin. Drug mule. Wiping. Drug mule wiping shit. Wiping shit. Wiping stuff. Wiping off. Drug mule wiping.
Smearing.
Wiping. Drug mule wiping.
I
don't want to look at it anymore.
Your whole world is crumbling. You're out of time, bro. You're up.
I don't want to look at it anymore.
What was it?
All right, hey, next time.
Come on. No, it's not. We're doing this.
Oh, that's right.
Hey, it's all over.
Smear.
Hold.
Drug mule smear. Wait, hold on. I gotta catch up. Drug mule. Where are we at now? Stop. I have to start over from the beginning. Drug mule.
Pap smear.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sumo. Drug mule. Pap smear. Sumo. Diaper.
He's freaking. This guy's gonna need an ambulance if you guys.
Drug mule.
Pap smear.
One word. Wait. A drug mule smearing. No, pap smearing. Sumo diaper.
Yes.
Time. 12:46 or
12:46. Out of 15, I guess. Does it start at 15?
I needed a smear.
That was counting down from 15, I suppose.
What was it? That was crazy.
I don't know. He was just counting down.
Was it
It said
counting down?
12:46.
Yeah, it was counting down. So 12:42. So 2 minutes and
2 minutes and 18 seconds.
no way.
No way. Probably from 20 minutes.
All right, 12:42. So you can just reset it, and it's all on the same clock.
Oh yeah, just
12:42.
Yeah, it was at 15 minutes. This 15 minutes.
There should be some
Okay.
money.
So what was it? 12:42. You guys got to beat 12:42.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, guys, come on,
This
get
is
with
it.
me
This
now.
is it.
Get with me for the
Good
love
job,
of Pete.
good job.
Get with me.
The
You're
thing
getting
is, you
through
just
it
want to
fast.
relax and don't overthink. And, you know,
Let's find
chill.
it real quick.
Silly ass
Just chill.
cheerleaders.
Just- yeah, you can't get
Fucking
overexcited.
silly ass
Hey, look at me.
cheerleaders.
Mike, quit trying to look at him. I see Mike trying to look down over his beard at your cards.
You're freaking me out a little bit, Mike. I'm not gonna lie.
God, I gotta piss bad.
They don't need you for this.
No.
They don't need you for
It's
this.
bad game time. This is sudden death.
I'm not going anywhere, dude.
I'm counting down
I'm
from
fine.
15.
Okay, fine.
Who does that? Are you ready? 3. You ready? 3,
Don't
2,
start, just
1,
go.
go.
Tits.
Big tits.
Which one? Big tits or tits? Okay,
Big tits.
Dancing,
Pokey
poking,
tits. Yeah.
No, you're no.
Big
Big
tits.
tits. Butt, farting, popping, poking. What is
Duck.
What do you call that?
Oh, fuck.
When you pop the cork. Damn it. Plugging.
A cork.
Plugging.
Corking. Plugging.
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 Stabbing. Okay, plugging. Butt. Butt plugging.
Butt plugging. A butt.
Big tits.
Big tits. Butt plugging.
Big tits, butt plugging.
A tourniquet. Junkie. A heroin
Oh.
junkie. A vein.
Injection.
What?
Overdosing. Needle. Remember it. Needle.
Big tits.
Big
Butt
tits,
plugging.
butt plugging,
A needle.
with falling asleep.
Heroin.
Overdosing.
Overdosing on heroin.
Wait.
We got the
Wait.
shit. The time is
Big
running
tits.
low.
Butt plugging.
Time is running low.
Needle.
Needle.
Oh no!
Heroin.
Quit whispering like
Tourniquet.
that.
Heroin. Drug overdose. Heroin.
Here we go.
overdose.
This is a tough one.
Drug overdose.
Okay.
Drug.
Big.
Okay.
Drug.
Oh no. Here we
Needle.
go.
Drug
Drug
needle.
needle.
Put it all together.
Big tits.
Hits butt plugging a drug needle.
Thank you.
Yes. Time. Time.
Yeah.
12, 13, 12.
You guys won.
13.
Oh.
Fuck it, we'll take it. We'll take it. 1308. 1306. We still beat it. Hell yeah.
Good game, dude. Sweet.
Good job, boys.
Good game.
Good game.
Good game.
I forgot we were live and everything. I forgot we were
Good game.
All right. You want to grab your guitar and tell them about some movies and get this thing over with?
Yeah, I'll grab my
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, I lost it. No.
I don't know where the.
Man, we fucking put it on. Remember that time? You remember that time that we fucking put it on?
No, I don't.
After going back? We like movies. So do you. We like internet. So do we. Streaming pics of the week. And Netflix. Streaming pics of the week. And Hulu, Amazon Prime. Streaming pics of the week. We like the internet too. We like the internet too. What are you watching, Steve-O? What a radic show tonight. What's that?
Watching MacGruber.
Buddy, I am thankful for that experience. Let me just tell you. We're standing. We're doing this.
Sorry. Yeah, I watched that and it was awesome.
First time I've ever seen it. What is the deal, bud?
You want chest?
Straight to the Adam's apple.
Oh, you want to do that?
We're gonna do this right here, right now. Tell me about MacGruber, bud. Tell me about MacGruber. I didn't know we were gonna have to do this tonight.
He wants to. He's chopping at the bit. Look at him. These guys don't even know what they're doing to each other.
It's a wheel kick, bro.
We won't do this tonight.
MacGruber, tell me about it. Break it down. Give me a synopsis and a drink.
It's what it is. It's kind of like MacGyver, except a spoof on it. Kind of Kristen Wiig's in it.
I'm having a good time.
It's a good movie. And if you have friends, watch it with them. If you don't, you know. It's so good. Call me up. Yeah. What you watching?
Oh, Hangar 1. You know what Hangar 1 is, bud? Did you
No.
talk about this a few weeks ago?
No.
Okay, Hangar 1 is a series on Netflix that
Is
open up
it?
the MUFON files. And it's all of these extraterrestrial UFO files from the U.S. government going back to.
We
just
should have been doing
before
this, you idiot.
It's cool, man. Have you seen Hangar 1? Hangar 1 on
Ready,
Netflix.
Hangar 1?
It's just called Hangar 1, bud.
Ready, Hangar
It's
1
just
with
called
Buffy
Hangar
R.
1, pal. All right, that's what it's called.
Don't do that. I can only come as far as this
That's what
fucking
it is,
microphone,
shooter,
bud.
okay?
This is all I can fucking as far as I can come, bud. Keep my mouth over here by the microphone. You're lucky.
They cover all of these different isolated incidents throughout the U.S., and then they go over into Europe, into Nazi Germany, and into Soviet Russia, and all these different alien occurrences that were taking place. Nixon meets with the premier, and they end up coming together to share if UFOs enter each other's airspace. Apparently, Nixon took Jackie Gleason into some facility south of South Beach.
To the moon.
He showed him. He showed him aliens. Nixon did. No doubt. I believe it. You are scaring the life out of me tonight. Mikey, what are you watching?
Actually, we started.
What'd you start,
we
man?
started Disenchantment. It's a
Disenchantment.
little
hand me that.
Yeah, a little cartoon.
Hand me that. Throw me
A
that.
little adult cartoon on Netflix. But yeah, I haven't really been doing much. I've been kind of staying in the garage and, cooking more. Cooking is
What are you cooking, bud?
What you
thing.
cooking, buddy, bud?
We made a Greek
We should do a segment,
lemon
Cooking with
soup.
Mike.
It's a
Yeah.
Greek lemon soup. Apparently, if you let the rice sit in the water
What?
for 15 minutes
You ever
prior
heard
to
of Greek
cooking,
lemon soup?
it has some kind of even distribution, and it changed the world last night. I was like, holy shit.
It
Greek
changed-
lemon soup
Greek
changed the world.
lemon
It had
soup.
chicken, spinach, rice.
I believe you.
Greek
So
lemon
good.
soup changed the world last night, ladies and gentlemen.
there's
It
an extra.
was amazing. I loved it.
Okay, I'm in. I want to try it.
Go silly.
I gotta tell you, it at least has me.
That shit was great.
Go silly. Jason, where did you go?
That was.
I feel bad if you're not in here and I'm doing it, but I'm gonna do that for the rest of my life on the show every day. Cowabunga is now new. We're gonna do Go Silly now. Oh, it sounds delicious. They said Greek lemon soup
Is fire.
It's that flame, dog.
Steve, you're such an ass. I'm not gonna read that comment. Fried.
Ooh, squirt.
Ooh, squid.
Alan's broke down tonight. Brennan, you watching anything?
Yeah.
What do we need to be streaming?
Stream the new Animaniacs and the Pinky and the Brain.
Okay.
I'm into it.
It's silly as fuck. I didn't realize, that what I was watching was all of this, hyper political, super in the
Moment.
in the
Topical.
moment,
Yeah.
topical shit. Whenever I was a kid, now looking back at it, they re-released them, and I mean, they know what audience. They know they're talking to me.
Sure.
And they even break the what are they called, the
Fourth wall.
fourth wall.
Yeah.
Like they always do, but then they're just like, no, we know we're talking to you. We know you watched this and you didn't even realize that this was what was going on, and now you get to enjoy the shit.
Oh,
And
that's
so,
cool.
Yeah, and so they know it, and they're writing it into the show. So me and my kid are sitting there, and we're just laughing our ass off together, because he gets his own layer of comedy. I get my
No
own
doubt.
layer of comedy, and
It was the funniest show going when I was a kid, man.
Yeah.
I loved Animaniacs.
Tiny Toons.
yeah,
Tiny Toons was great.
Pinky and the Brain tries to keep up with Animaniacs still, and it's still good. It's
Well, it was a
still funny.
spin-off from it, right?
Yeah.
It used to be just a little.
I like Pinky and the Brain.
Yeah, it's still funny.
Yeah.
But the
I like the
Animaniacs
old-
is killing it. I was
Really?
laughing my ass off.
I gotta get on that.
I'm
Especially
into
something
it.
you can watch with your family.
Hulu.
I'll check it out.
I think what would be awesome is I've never watched Animaniacs since I was introduced to the world of cannabis, so maybe getting blunted and watching some Animaniacs might be kind of fun.
Imagine watching.
I have watched Ren and Stimpy. I
Imagine
went back and watched that.
Perseus being held by a giant a Trump-tropic cyclops being massaged underneath a sweaty singular nipple back and forth.
I mean, I can get down.
Let me go! I give up!
I'm on. I'm in.
I could get down with
Yeah,
that.
Steve's sold.
It was I was just like, oh man, y'all. It's it's so abstract and weird as fuck, and at the same time, your 11-year-old will be sitting there,
In stitches,
cracking
laughing
up.
at the animation.
Yeah, but it's not quite like Ren and Stimpy,
Right.
That level of grotesque.
Yeah.
But
That was next level shit. That was weird.
Yeah.
Especially the first 2 seasons, because after that,
Oh,
the
the
guy
dude-
who created
yeah,
it, he
he
was
was a
got
creep.
caught fucking around with some teenage girls.
Yeah, he was a creep.
So Nickelodeon kept the show.
Him as a hero.
They kicked it. What? They kicked his ass. Nickelodeon fired him, but kept the show. That's why it kind of got
it adjusted a little bit.
yeah, a little bit. They
But even,
they tried to
Rocko's Modern Life and
replicate
shit,
that.
it's weird.
Yeah.
Rocko's Modern Life is the shit.
It's like
Oh, it's got all.
remember all the booties,
sex
why
jokes.
so much booty. They were
Yeah.
just the booty would be extra
Yeah, Rocko
animated.
did it.
Rocco was an ass man. I'm telling you.
They always did have those big butts, even Heifer.
Yeah.
I like that turtle. That's just
That
the
turtle was a
fucking turtle.
waste.
The turtle was funny in the movie Jerky Boys, though. That's the same guy.
I'll tell you, it was.
Do you remember that?
Rocko's Modern Life, the guy who decided to end the series. I'm kidding. I like that show. I just wanted to say that.
So,
Seth, what are you watching, bud?
a bunch of stuff. I was, locked up for a while, and I got some watchings done. All right, so I watched Holidays. It's like a horror anthology, a bunch of short films that are all really gory, crazy imagery. Each one is about a different holiday, or
Cool, Mike.
takes place.
Mike already went.
Yeah, he already went. It takes place on a different holiday. And here's the thing: Kevin Smith actually directed it.
For real?
I know he. I don't
You
know.
watched
if he
a Kevin Smith
And I'm gonna
movie?
say hats off to Kevin Smith. This was great. Good job, Kev. I'm not a Kevin Smith fan. Brennan. I think his shit is just but this was really good. So give credit where it's due. How long is this fucking applause track? These people are rude. Okay, I also Steve. This one's for
You
you.
just called them rude.
I don't need these fucking people. They need me. I don't need them.
You're right.
All right, dude. So I also watched Epically Latered. It's a skateboarding docuseries. And I'm just gonna keep rolling through. But no, this particular episode was about Spike Jonze. If you don't know Spike Jonze, the filmmaker, he's all. Yeah, I know. He's won all kinds of awards. You know, he was Where the Wild Things Are. You know, he did all that. He was a skater back in the day, and that's how he got into filming. It's because he used to film all of his friends. Like, he got fascinated with filming all of his skateboarding friends and stuff. So he actually made a skateboarding video, and one of the skater dudes saw Sonic Youth getting on a tour bus. They run up, they hand him this VHS, like, we made a skateboarding video, want to watch it? And they're just waiting for you, dude. So Sonic Youth takes this VHS, like, sure, whatever. And then later on, like, Spike Jonze gets home one day. He's a teenager. His mom's like, somebody named Kim Gordon called. Kim Gordon's the bass player for Sonic Youth. He's like, are you fucking kidding me? So he gets the call. He returns it. And they're like, did you make this? Like, they track him down. Like, did you make that skateboarding video you gave us? And he's like, yeah. He goes, do you want to make our music video? And he's like, I don't actually know what I'm doing, but that's what he's thinking. But he goes, yes. So he had to just show up and just like guess his way through directing a music video and killed it. And then he went on to do Fat Boys, Weezer, Buddy Holly,
What's the name of it?
It's the Spike Jonze episode of Epically Latered.
Epically Latered. What service?
I watched on Sling On Demand.
Sling On
I think
Demand.
it was on demand
What's
or
up? Money
something
circles.
like that.
Sling TV.
And then on Netflix, Steve, seasons 1 and 2 of Ink Master.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Seasons 1. So there you go. You can get in on that. And you watched that.
I did.
Yep. You both gave me shit for watching it.
I
liked it.
I liked Ink Master a lot.
I like to see like how people come on and like come up with these whack ass ideas, and they had to draw it up. I always like to see like what they would do with
their concepts of what people dream up in their brains. Are sometimes they're really great. Sometimes there's something.
I could do without all like the reality show bickering. I think that's it.
Right on. Well, guys, it's been fun. I feel like Rick Ankiel on the NLDS, to be honest with you. Right now. I feel like I've thrown a bunch of balls at the backstop.
Rick Ankylosaurus.
Your career's over after that?
I'm done. I got the yips. I'll come back. I'm going to be back in a couple years, and I'm going to have a whole new game.
No. You ain't getting back on this game. Oh, timer's up. Stop. End the show.
Guys, we are sponsored by some of the best people I know. Right? Adam Bundren.
The best people we know. And if you don't sponsor your show, you're probably a terrible person.
It works 60% of the time works every time. Adam Bundren likes to talk to people in the middle of the night. Some call it a kink. Other people call it a passion. I don't see why we have to distinguish between the two. The bottom line is he wants to talk to you about real estate in the wee hours of the night because they're famously open 24 hours
I call
a day.
them at 2:24.
Oh my gosh.
2:37, 2:42.
Did he tell you those sweet, sing you that sweet,
yeah, I call him all night
that
long.
sweet bungalow song that he
He's always
sings?
like, man, hey buddy, you want to talk about that nice little home in the Central Corridor you've always been wanting? And I say, yeah, bud. Finish me.
Anyway, that's what you get with Adam Bundren Property Group. You got someone that just wants to talk to you about real estate in a way that hits you to your core. Adam McChesney from Ms. Marketing, what he does is he takes people from all over the globe and he puts them in front of you got something that they want. Right? You got something they want. They're just not seeing it. He's going to defeat the algorithms in social media, and he's going to put your product or organization in front of the people that you want to be in front of.
That's what he does. He just brings people together.
Here.
Here, to the bread basket, and then just funnel it down. That's what he's doing, funneling it down into your little sales funnel. Denison Collard, native hemp extract. It's my favorite total cannabinoid hemp product on the planet. It makes me feel better. My cognitive function is through the roof. And tonight, you know what? I didn't take it to start the show.
I could tell.
I didn't. You could tell, couldn't you? Because
Like a bumbling
Bud, what's this?
Everyone got that. That was on that.
Come
they
on,
needed
bud.
The CBD. Yeah.
They needed the CBD. If they would have had CBD, we wouldn't even had to go through that whole charade where we came back from 2-0 and then won. We wouldn't have even had to do that,
That was one
guys.
of the greatest comebacks of all time.
Of all time. It'll go down,
Fine.
Yeah.
I'm still happy with my clues. I thought they were fine.
No, yours were terrible.
No, your clues were pretty rough, bud.
Yeah, your got
They weren't as bad as just yelling silly.
They were pretty hard.
I don't think y'all won, though.
Hey, listen.
Yeah, I don't think you guys won. I don't think you won.
Go silly, however.
Go silly.
Woo! Jason, we're making shirts, buddy. Go silly.
Holy shit. I'm designing this
We're
fucking
making
thing tomorrow.
Shirts, dog.
What else is a cheerleader gonna say? Besides go silly. There's a high school game I haven't been to where they didn't say go silly.
I'll tell you who goes silly. The owner and proprietor of Sweet Leaf Emporium in Festus and Farmington, which is where the palatial mycelial media studios are. This is the Church of Unconditional Love and Transcendence, Colt for short.
He'll punch you straight in the face when you
and
get here too.
He will, yeah. He'll sock you right in that kisser. It's just a part of his marketing plan.
It's a part of his
It's trauma bonding.
It's
you know?
who he
You
is.
don't have to ask.
It's who he is as a person.
That's what he likes to do. Come in, buy a pipe, get wrapped on the head with it. That's
You
what he
come
likes.
in, he's like,
What? You want to buy something, bud? You want to buy
What are you
something,
looking
bud?
at, bud?
You trying to buy something, pal?
Why are you looking
Come
at
into
me?
Sweet
Except
Leaf
it's the
Emporium.
exact opposite.
Actually, he's just going to bring
jerk
you
you
into
off.
a gentle embrace. Man, I felt like
Get
we
to
were really
the stuff
doing
at
something.
the end of the show
I thought
here.
we were
Let
doing
him
something.
know.
Jason will give you a hug. That's all I was trying to let you know.
Okay,
He'll
yeah,
come
yeah.
in here.
A mouth hug.
Hoosiers get a discount if they come in here and buy a glass piece any day of the week.
They get
Jason doesn't even know. I'm just discounting this stuff. Hoosiers get a discount if you come out here. If you drive,
they
all
get
the way out here.
420% off.
No, they don't. They don't. That's a fake number. That's a fake number that was just made up.
They owe you money.
They don't get that. No, they don't get
We'll
that.
give you approximately 4 times the price of the object if you come in here and pick it up.
James Carlton
Terrible business
is honestly my favorite person to do business with.
My favorite murderer.
He's easily my favorite murderer, and that's a really prestigious list. But
have so many murderers
totally
right
that I
now,
look up
but-
to, sure. James Carlton,
dad,
honestly
your
though, he helps out family members of mine, friends of mine. He saves people money when his rates go up and he's not sure he can be competitive. He calls you and he says, "Hey, bud, you might want to just jump over here. Let me give you an agent who takes care of some people
But he's
for
like,
me
this
whenever
is-
my rates go up."
Yep.
That's full service. That's a guy you just want to keep doing business with because he's like, "Hey, I understand. You got bills to pay. You got a budget. I get it. Let's cultivate this and come back together when we can. Or hey, stay with me. I'll do the best
True
I can
story.
for you." That's what we'll do.
True story. James Carlton helped me out, saved me some money, called me up and said, "Hey, man, here's a couple ways to save some money," right? So, hangs up the phone. He hangs up the phone with me. This is what happens. He goes, "Oh, man, that was a fucking rush, baby." So he hops in his Jaguar. He's got a new Jaguar from all
Brand
the
new.
insurance money.
Yeah.
And he goes into it and he's like, "Time for a fucking murder." Goes down to the city, finds a drifter at the train station, right? And he's like, "What are you taking a train for, bud? I'll tell you, I'll help you out. Where are you going, Chicago?" "Oh, bud, you didn't know the trains are awful around here. St. Louis is a dangerous city. You don't want to get hurt. Hop in the car." And he kind of flashes that beautiful smile he has. So the person's like, "Oh, okay, dude. I'm just saying, oh, yeah, man, sounds good. Is it cool if I smoke in here?" He's like, "Yeah, dude, we do all the drugs." Gets out some GHB. Okay.
This is
Now
not.
he's got it.
This
what
is
James
all
Carlton does,
fictional.
okay?
Please see the disclaimer at the beginning of the video.
So then he gets in there. He's got him. He's drugged out in the back. And he's
I did
like,
not know what I got myself into. This is
man,
amazing.
This is almost as good as the rush from insurance. So he drags him out in the woods. Okay, now he's just slapping him around, right? Just getting his kinks off, right? And he's like, the guy wakes up, all right? Gets away from him, all right? Now he's chasing him down. This guy's naked. He's chasing him through the woods, okay?
This has D.
Turns out, guy gets away. End of the story. Happy ending. Guy gets away. But listen, James is not going to let the night end like that. Okay, so what he can't kill in a human, he makes up for in small animals. Oh, good night, folks.
What if I just stopped it there
Good night,
and
folks.
what if I just went out on that?
Good night,
Well,
folks. He's not gonna let that night end like that. He's a ruthless murderer trying to get his final fix in the evening.
James Carlton
Someone
is the best
please
insurance
make him
agent I
stop.
know. He helps his community in ways that are hard to quantify. He's always giving back to the community. We love him. He's helped out a bunch of people. We love that you joined us.
Don't tag
Brennan.
him in this. I feel bad for
We
calling
lo-
him a ruthless murderer. No tag
We
him
love
in
you,
the
Brennan, and we
Brennan.
love that you came
I love
out
you
and
too,
hanging
man.
with us,
Thank
man.
you. Hell yeah. No, this was so much fun.
Somebody just
I want
logged on to
people-
Periscope.
I want people to.
He just logged on to Periscope.
Somebody just now.
It was
Finally-
James?
No.
Holy
Somebody's on
shit,
Periscope.
stop
We
it.
got a Periscope viewer now. at the
Someone
very
please make
end.
him stop. Wow. There. Oh man, you got a nice little comment thread there, bud. All right. I want to talk about Brennan. I want to thank you for joining us. We're gonna be back at this in like 7 hours. Guys, tune in tomorrow morning.
Ideally.
Cola Lounge. Check it out. It's where buds meet.
That's right. St. Louis Cannabis Club.
St. Louis Cannabis Club.
I'm gonna be gifting y'all some stash boxes.
Do a little unboxing on
let
the show.
Let people know what you think about it. I'll send you some here. We'll get them in. Well, I don't have to mail them to them. I'll hand deliver them.
How about that?
Gold plated.
I'm into it. Little Tyson.
Everybody's
Tabernacles.
doesn't
That's
come
all
like
it's
that.
taking.
Just let you know.
Thank you for coming, man. Check out St. Louis Cannabis Club. There was a link posted to check out the stash box in all of the different channels. And we love you guys.
Yeah, we'll be at it for 3 more hours tomorrow.
That's passion.
We'll be back at it.
Brennan, you got anything to say to these folks before we go?
I don't, except for I call this mycelial mayhem.
It's about what happened, especially with the acts of insanity.
Yeah.
You start.
That got me all fired up.
Start communicating on a little different level.
Yeah.
Steve, there is one last thing.
No. We nailed everything on the show. I don't think we forgot one thing. Did we forget the one thing?
You guys remember the thing?
Oh shit, Seth, that was you.
You remember the thing, bud?
Yeah.
You remember the thing?
Yeah, I remember the thing.
Cowabunga.